now whatsoever. I want to. There's things that we've got to do better than we did the first time, part of which was our defense, as well as our rebounding, as well as our free throw rebounding on defensive free throws, as well as our ability to take care of the basketball and then our ability to not foul them.
All right, that's quite a litany there. Only 4 times this year in 28 games you've played, you've had more turnovers than assists, but you still won at Kansas and at Seton Hall. But you didn't get away with that in New York. So why did that happen, and how critical is that tonight?
I would say in that game because we made other mistakes. You know, in those other games, we made less mistakes in other areas, and we were able to overcome it. Because we played great defense at Kansas, or other factors. But they thrive off turnovers, and unfortunately for us, they weren't turnovers that landed out of bounds. They were turnovers that led to pick sixes. Just steal it and dunk it, and those are just that's charity. You're just giving the other team.
On the season, UConn +5 in the rebounding category, but out-rebounded by 6 in New York. A lot of that in the second half. It was 18-9. Could this be a stamina or a will thing in this game tonight?
Sometimes it's a strength thing. I think with with conference play, especially Big East, the way the games are officiated and the way that they've built their roster, they just put constant pressure on the backboard. They put constant pressure on the paint. These guys, Hopkins is a physical, Ejiofor physical. These guys have huge motors. Mitchell has a huge motor. So, they just put so much pressure on the backboard, and they're all physically very strong.
Yeah, and speaking of Ejiofor, matching his aggressiveness, is that part of the winning formula? You got to do that as a team.
If you can't match his motor, the relentless pursuit, the multiple efforts, you go to block him out. He's swimming, he's spinning, he's making moves to get inside position, and he's attacking you. Sprints the court every possession. I mean, if you can't get to his motor, you're cooked.
Dylan Mitchell at the guard. He bullied his way to 15 points there, 7 of 9. He kind of took advantage of Braylon Mullins earlier. That hasn't happened a lot with Braylon as a freshman. How do you neutralize Mitchell and what he's trying to do out there?
Well, it's a tough matchup. I mean, it's a tough matchup. Matchups are kind of everything in this game, and Braylon's got to be able to hold up more pre-catch, and then obviously we've got to send help. We've got to trap. We've got to force these guys to make perimeter shots.
All right, and finally, free throw line down there. 22-5 was their advantage, 31-12 in attempts. Obviously, you can't live with that tonight, I don't think.
Yeah, I mean, you hope you get a good whistle. They're very aggressive. I think we clearly fouled and at times in the game, and we got to play strong. We got to work hard, make second and third moves to get open. Our guards, when they're dribbling the ball, can't have the other defender take the ball out of their hands. We've got to be really strong with the ball today. And then we've got to be disciplined and get vertical and not put them on the foul line.
All right. The sixth man will be involved, I'm sure, tonight. Thanks, Coach.
Let's go.
All right, Stan Hurley. We'll be back. The starting lineups, the opening tip. St. John's and UConn from People's Bank Arena here in Hartford on Learfield.
UConn fans, when it comes to sports injuries, do you know where the Huskies go?
UConn Health, Connecticut's only public academic medical center. Our doctors advance research and train future generations of healthcare experts.
All while offering the latest injury prevention, treatment, and performance improvement.
UConn Health, we're delivering care that changes the game for athletes and for everyone.
Learn more at uconnhealth.org.
The Huskies live here. This is the UConn Sports Network from Learfield.
When your car is making a strange noise, no matter what it is, you can't just pretend it's not happening.
That's an interesting sound.
It's like your mental health. If you're struggling and feeling overwhelmed, it's important to do something about it. It can be as simple as talking to someone or just taking a deep, calming breath to ground yourself. Because once you start to address the problem, you can go so much further. The Huntsman Mental Health Institute and the Ad Council have resources available for you at loveyourmindtoday.org.
There's danger out there. It lurks on highways and quiet neighborhood streets. It's more likely to kill you than a shark, and more terrifying than the biggest snake. Distracted driving claims lives every day. Every notification, swipe, social post, video, or selfie while driving risks your life. So while you might think public speaking or the zombie apocalypse is scary, What's really terrifying and even deadly is distracted driving. Eyes forward. Don't drive distracted. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Home of the 6-time national champions. This is UConn Huskies men's basketball.
Carabin on the right wing. Dumps down to Ryba. Ryba lays it in right-handed. And Todd Golden's got to stop the bleeding.
Play-by-play coverage of today's game is sponsored by Fly Airport Parking. We've got lots to offer. Lippincott Van Lines, the definition of moving excellence. M&T Bank, proud to be the official bank of the UConn Huskies and a leader in small business loans in Connecticut. SeatGeek. SeatGeek is the official fan-to-fan ticket marketplace of UConn basketball. Find tickets to UConn games and more. SeatGeek. UConn Health, delivering care that changes the game for Husky athletes and for everyone. Xerox, delivering top-tier workplace tech solutions, from advanced printers to automating your workflows to IT solutions. Visit us at Xerox.com/UConn. And by WFSB, trust Connecticut's largest, most experienced team of meteorologists. The First Alert Weather Team, only on Channel 3 Eyewitness News.
Carabin drives inside on Chanulu. Put it up and in. Oh, a runner by Alex. That's huge.
We're minutes away from tip-off. Let's go to our Connecticut Chevy dealers broadcast location. Alongside Wayne Norman, here's Mike Crispino.
Starting lineups brought to you by M&T Bank, proud to be the official bank of the UConn Huskies and a leader in small business loans in Connecticut. For the visiting St. John's Red Storm, 22-5, 15-1 on the Big East, coached by Rick Pitino. Dylan Mitchell, senior forward, 6'8", 210 from Tampa, Florida, transferred from Cincinnati. Joson Sannon, sophomore guard, 6'5", 200 from Fall River, Massachusetts, transferred from Arizona State. Josiah Sellers, senior guard, 6'5", 190, Hayward, California, and he transferred from Stanford. Bryce Hopkins, grad forward, 6'7", 225, a transfer from Providence. And Zuby Ejiofor, senior forward, 6'9", 245. He's from Garland, Texas, a transfer from Kansas. For UConn, record of 25-3, 15-2 in the Big East. Dan Hurley coaches. Solo Ball, junior guard, 6'4", 200, Leesburg, Virginia. Silas Demery Jr., junior guard, 6'4", 195, Raleigh, North Carolina. Terrace Reed, senior center, 6'11", 265, St. Louis, Missouri. Alex Carabin, redshirt senior forward, 6'8", 230 from Southborough, Mass. And Braylon Mullins, freshman guard, 6'6", 196. He is from Greenfield, Indiana. Wayne Norman's keys to the game, the opening tap. Follow 10 seconds for station ID, and these messages presented by Brown, Panderas, and Scott. This is UConn men's basketball on Learfield.
Listen closely. Did you hear that? That's the sound of employees being productive. They're so efficient because they partnered with Xerox to manage workplace technology. From advanced printers to automating your workflows to IT solutions, our local experts ensure your business runs smoothly. Visit us at Xerox.com/UConn. Xerox. We make work work.
Planning a move? Let Lippincott Van Lines, the official mover of the UConn Huskies, take the worry and stress out of your relocation. Whether you're moving across the country, across the world, or just across the street, Lippincott Van Lines will handle your packing, moving, and storage needs with the care and quality they deserve. If the UConn Huskies football team can trust Lippincott to get their gear to the field on time, you can trust them to get your items where they need to be. Call Lippincott Van Lines today for a free estimate at 800-245-8563.
Is your retirement game plan a well-executed play or just a Hail Mary? I'm Eric Hogarth, certified financial planner at Johnson Brunetti. As the official wealth management sponsor of the UConn Huskies, we've helped over 7,000 families navigate and thrive in retirement. Level up your financial playbook by visiting johnsonbrunetti.com for free financial planning resources. Johnson Brunetti Retirement, your financial playmaker. Johnson Brunetti is a marketing name for the businesses of JV Capital and JN Financial. Investment advisory services offered through JV Capital, LLC. Insurance products offered through JN Financial, LLC.
This is UConn men's basketball. Now back to our Connecticut Chevy dealers broadcast location.
St. John's was picked to win the Big East by the league's coaches after losing 4 starters from last year's Big East champions. But that one returning starter is the preseason Big East Player of the Year, 6'9", senior forward Zuby Ejiofor. He leads St. John's in points, rebounds, assists, and blocks. But they had the top transfer class in the nation, including 6'7" grad Bryce Hopkins, who was first-team All-Big East at Providence. 6'8" Dylan Mitchell has been an impact player and has been a point forward. And 6'1" guard Dylan Darling has been a big factor lately. St. John's lacks an offensive rebounding team. They make a living off points off turnovers. They lead the league in free throws taken and made. Keys for UConn tonight. Number 1, rebound and keep St. John's off the offensive glass. They lead the Big East in offensive rebounding. UConn has been a good offensive rebounding team, but Coach Hurley is concerned with his team's defensive rebounding, and that'll be put to the acid test tonight. These are the top 2 rebounding teams in the Big East. Number 2, contain the St. John's big 3 inside. Ejiofor, Hopkins, and Mitchell, they combined for 50 points, 22 rebounds, and 11 assists the first time these teams played 3 weeks ago. Number 3, ball security. St. John's averages only 9 turnovers a game in Big East play, and they're second in the league in forcing turnovers. Points off turnovers were an important stat in the first meeting when Silas Demery had a career-high 9 turnovers. And number 4, transition defense. St. John's leads the league in fast break points, usually after steals or defensive rebounds. Jalen Stewart, right knee inflammation, out tonight. He missed. Also for St. John's, Ian Jackson missed Saturday's game against Creighton, but he's listed as available tonight. Our keys to the game brought to you by Sullivan Automotive Group, where Braylon Mullen shops. Drive like a champion with Sullivan Automotive. 8 brands, 4 locations in Torrington and Avon. Online at sullivanautomotive.com.
All right, thank you, Wayne. 75th meeting in the series between St. John's and UConn. First time they got together, 1951 in the Eastern Regional, played at Madison Square Garden. Huskies have been to 5 straight NCAAs recently, and St. John's under Rick Pitino, certainly a renaissance going on for them. As UConn and St. John's meet, a 13-game winning streak riding for the Red Storm. They have won 15 of the last 16, including 3 straight against UConn. Here in Hartford, though, going back to 88-89, they are 1-7, the Red Storm. Opening tip, presented by Trantolo and Trantolo. Don't fight solo. Trantolo and Trantolo, Connecticut's personal injury attorneys. Brian O'Connell, Roger Ayers, Tony Chiesa are the officials. St. John's wins it. Front court right. They shoot at the UConn basket, and they got a man open down low and in and out of the hands of Isaiah Sellers for a turnover. That would have been a layup. He beat the Husky defense backdoor. So full court pressure right now by St. John's, and they'll try to do this as long as they can. They wore UConn down a little bit in the final 5 minutes in New York. They get it in to Demery. He fires it right to Caravan on the right sideline. Mullins out front to Ball. Ball circles left. They're in a weave. This is Demery, top of the arc to Caravan. Jab step move. Caravan out of Demery. Back out front, Mullins. That's a long 3. That's short. It's an air ball. And it'll be St. John's basketball. So the Huskies all in the perimeter couldn't get a good shot off.
Last couple of games, UConn has taken a lot of threes early on, but you're right, perimeter only that time. That ball didn't go inside the arc once in 25 seconds.
All right, so St. John's inbounds, Sellers, and they kick it front court to Bryce Hopkins, and he hands it over to Joson Sanin. Now on the left sideline, it's in the hands of Sellers, and the cutter to the basket, and a fadeaway bank shot by Bryce Hopkins gives St. John's the first bucket of the ball game, 2-0 off the left wing. UConn quickly back to the front court left. It's Mullins between the rings, out front to Demery. Demery being hounded, gives it to Caravan. Down low they go to Reed. They look to double him. He kicks it to Caravan for 3 straight away. Got it! And Reed has become a facilitator as the season has gone on, a good passer. He found Caravan, 3-2 UConn. Here's Ejiofor, top of the three-point arc. He gives to Hopkins. Hopkins tries to blow by Caravan. Can't get a shot off. Kicks it right. It's Mitchell for 3. No good. And a rebound tipped in the air and run down by Sellers. Sellers gives up to Ejiofor on the baseline left. They're trying to overpower Reed. Bang, bang. Now he can't get a shot off. Has to kick it back outside to Hopkins. Inside 10. Hopkins on the baseline, nowhere to go. Trying to bank it up, no good. And UConn gets the rebound. Demery. Front court left. Demery quickly on the right sideline. Silas, one bounce down low to Reed. He makes the catch and he stuffs it home. Hopkins gambled and he got burned. 5-2 UConn. Sellers front court right. Gives to Ejiofor. Into the paint, a pull-up jumper. Back rim, no good. Rebounded by Caravan. That one taken by Sannon. And he gives it to Demery. Front court left quickly for Silas. Silas between the rings. Starts to his right with a right-hand dribble. Now on a crossover. Into the paint. And hit. Down he goes. Rebound ball. He got hit. And finally a whistle. Well, St. John's delivering some physical hits. First, it was Demery that got knocked down. He got it loose to Ball, who got pushed from behind, and he'll go to the line here to shoot two.
Ejiofor picks up the foul on the rebound effort. Huskies were so three-point oriented until that dunk by Terrace Reed Jr. leads the club now at 24, and this dribble penetration inside too. So after those two long three-pointers, the air ball by Mullins and now one by Caravan, might have been 4 feet beyond the line. UConn goes inside, and it looks like Solo Ball's aggravated the wrist on that fall. He's walking in back of the free throw line right now, kind of hunched over.
It might be his groin, though, Wayne, I think. Let's hope it's not the wrist. The official's looking to review something there, and we don't get any word on it, but it'll be Ball on the line, and he is limping toward the line. So I'm going to say it's something below the waist. Solo's free throw, no good, back rim.
He's been so good from the line coming in. Solo Ball had made 17 of his last 18 free throws. The miss was last week against Creighton, but I think that injury is affecting his free throw stroke right now.
All right, third in the league at 85%. Solo makes the second one 6-2. But he looks like he's struggling with his legs, so let's see what happens there. Across the timeline, left to right, it's Sellers. Along the left sideline, guarded by Demery. Moving screen set by Sannon. They kick it in the right corner. It's in the hands of Mitchell. He's got Ball on a switch. Out front to Hopkins. Ejiofor, top of the three-point arc. Looks to hand it off. Now we'll try a jumper. It's no good. Back rim. Rebound Demery. Silas turns it. Front court. 6-2 UConn. 16:50 to go. They pump it down low. It's Reed. He banks it in. And he's fouled. Demery with a bounce pass to Reed. He got the angle, and now Ejiofor's got two. And Rick Pitino beside himself along the bench. He is ripping into his assistant coaches. Steve Mazziello, the former Manhattan coach, and of course Talik Brown sits down there, the former UConn guy. And Ejiofor has to sit on the bench with UConn leading 8-2.
Well, that's huge, and I thought at the other end, Terrace Reed Jr. has done a very nice job defending Ejiofor without fouling him.
And a three-point play by Terrace. 9-2 UConn. Red Storm walking across the timeline. It's Sellers. Out front it comes to Mitchell on a weave in the hands of Sannon. Left sideline, Sellers tries to blow by Demery. Can't do it. And he's standing in the corner across from the UConn bench. He gets it to Sannon. Sannon now. They're at 10 to shoot. He turns the corner up a screen. Almost lost it. It's picked up by Mitchell. He's guarded by Caravan. They kick it down low, and a drive to the basket. And 2 seconds on the shot clock, and a foul is called on UConn. Wow, that bailed him out. Let's see.
6'11 Ruben Prey came off the bench. He only played 5 minutes against UConn the first time these teams played. No points, no rebounds, but he's got some pretty big shoes to fill in for Zuby Ejiofor. And that time, with about 5 seconds on the clock, he started to drive the lane, and he drew a foul on Terrace Reed.
Questionable, I think. It was a contact very late after the ball was gone. So Prey makes the first free throw. He averages 4 points a ball game. Doesn't get to the line a lot. Ryba comes in for Reed right away here. So Dan Hurley makes a move immediately. 3 minutes and 40 seconds in. Prey missed the second one. Rebound Ryba. And UConn needs a big game from the rookie Ryba and Mullins too. Those two got pushed around at Madison Square Garden.
earlier in the month. Here's Demery on the right wing. Out front, a kick to Caravan. Down low to Ryba. Ryba makes a catch. He's guarded by Hopkins. He spins on Hopkins. Nowhere to go. A fadeaway Ryba. No good. And rebounded by St. John's Dylan Mitchell. Quickly ahead to Sannon. Hopkins in the lane trying to get a shot off. Couldn't do it. Down low to Prey on a bounce. Working on Ryba. Can't get a shot off. Hopkins tries a three, and he makes it. Doesn't shoot a lot of them, and he's under 30%, but he made that one. Hopkins providing the offense for his team right now. He's got 5 of the 6.
Inside-out pass from the center Prey.
9-6, UConn leads. This is Demery. Lost the ball, regains, gives to Ryba, takes a handoff back in the left wing. Now he turns the corner all the way to the basket. He puts a shot up, it's no good. Ryba tips it, and out of bounds it goes. I don't know why Demery was not giving him free throws there. Dan Hurley's out at center court, he wants to know. The officials are walking away from him as we go to the timeout.
He was clearly bumped.
Oh, no doubt. 15-20 to go in the first, 9-6. I don't know what else you got to do.
Ian Jackson knocked him to the floor. No foul call.
UConn basketball sponsored by New Face Home Improvements, locally trusted for any roofing, siding, windows, doors, or bathroom upgrades. Your home is like our home. For Brown Paint, Darris and Scott, UConn by 3 early. This is UConn men's basketball in Learfield.
Welcome to the Chevy Lightning Round. Guess the clues to win. First team, you're up.
Powerful, commanding, unstoppable.
Silverado.
Adventurous, fun, techie.
Trailblazer.
Stylish, nimble.
Tracks.
Innovative, electric.
Blazer EV.
Lightning Round champions. You've guessed all the right Chevy clues. Wherever the year takes you, explore it together in the Chevy of your choice. Visit your Connecticut Chevy dealers.
There's something new to cheer about. Introducing the exclusive M&T Bank UConn debit and credit card collection. Pick your favorite design and pay like a champion. To open an account or upgrade your current card, visit mtb.com/UConn or stop by an M&T Bank branch near you. M&T Bank, the official bank of UConn. Member FDIC. Visa is a registered trademark of Visa International Service Association.
Hey, Husky fans! It's college basketball season, and SeatGeek is the official ticket marketplace of Alley Oops. SeatGeek makes it easy to find tickets so you can be a part of all the courtside action this season. Whether you're buying or selling tickets to UConn basketball games or to any other live event in your area, SeatGeek is the place to do it. SeatGeek is the official fan-to-fan ticket marketplace of the UConn Huskies. Let's go Huskies! SeatGeek.
The UConn Huskies are on the air. Now back to our Connecticut Chevy Dealers broadcast location.
Listen during our broadcast for our Dime of the Game, presented by Dime Bank. Community banking lives here. Head coach Rick Pitino of the Red Storm has won 907 games in 38 years of coaching in college, lost only 316. His team on a 13-game winning streak and unbeaten on the road so far this year at 8-0.
You talked earlier about St. John's out-rebounding UConn by 9 in the second half of that game at the Garden. Plus, they shot 61% in the second half in the 81-72 win. UConn shot 55% from the floor in that game and lost. And I went back to 2010 and looked. I could not find one example of a game where UConn shot so well and lost a game, 55%. Of course, that game also featured 9 turnovers by Silas Demery. That's the most since Jalen Adams had 10 turnovers in a game in Hawaii in 2015-2016, and they lost 98-90 to Oklahoma State. He had 6 turnovers in the first 5 minutes of that game. And you've also got Silas Demery, who had 10 turnovers against St. John's last year when he played for Georgia. But Georgia won that game, and Demery had a big late steal to clinch the three-point win.
All right, Demery, Ball, Caravan for the Huskies, along with Mullins. Mullins is guarding Sellers right now. They give it to Prey at the high post left, guarded by Ryba. Fires it right to Hopkins off the high screen. Hopkins wants to go one-on-one with Caravan. Crossover, wants to shoot it. Pumps it down low to Bray. It's knocked loose. He comes up with it under 10, and he throws it away. But I think a UConn player deflected it, so now it'll be 8 seconds to shoot for St. John's front court right. It'll be Bryce Hopkins to inbound the ball. Right now, Ball is covering Dylan Mitchell. They give it to Bray, right wing. Bray on a handoff to Jackson, who circles left. Down low to Bray. Bray with a little bank shot. They count it, but no, it's a shot clock violation, and they might review it. That's what Brian Callahan's going to do. O'Connell, is going to do.
They had the center Ryba out covering on the perimeter in a hedge, and that left Alex Caravan inside. But it looks like it's going to be turnover number 2 on St. John's.
And a shot clock violation is ruled. And Terrace Reed is set to come back in here.
Reed 2 for 2 from the floor. Silas Demery already with 2 assists on UConn's first 3 field goals. No turnovers.
UConn wearing the home white with UConn on the chest here at People's Bank Arena. St. John's with St. John's across the chest. That's their really an old school St. John's red. They get it into solo ball on the inbound, and now Demery across the timeline. 14:40 to go in the first. UConn 9-6. Demery starts to his left, gives it to Reed. Reed back to Ball. Ball starts right. They double team him. Now Reed on a handoff to Caravan. Caravan out front to Ball. Ball back to Caravan on the right wing. Down low to Reed. Reed one-on-one. Spins inside. Puts it up and in. Oh, that's big time. Tyrannosaurus Reed. 11-6. A little fadeaway 10-footer.
He's made his last 8 field goal attempts.
Now here's Jackson for 3, and he hits. Quickly put it up, and St. John's quiets the crowd. You can't let that happen. 11-9, 6 minutes in, UConn by 2. Demery front court left. He's on the right sideline with it, guarded by Jackson. Gives to Reed at the high post left. Reed with a handoff to Ball. Ball. Nice move. Jumper, base right straight away. 15-footer by Ball goes in. 13-9. UConn. Back the other way. Here come the Red Storm. It's Hopkins guarded by Caravan. Out front. Edge of force back in. Backdoor cut and a beauty. And he gets a dunk as Demery got burned. The dunk by Sellers cuts the lead to 2. So St. John's has answered quickly. Last time UConn has scored, last 2 times. Demery front court right on the right sideline. Screen by Reed. Gives it left to Caravan. Caravan near baseline of Mullins. Mullins being guarded by Sellers. Out front to Demery. Now they're down to 10. Demery step back 3. In and out. And rebounded by Sellers. That was halfway down the cylinder. And Demery's been shooting it really well from out there. 11 of his last 30. Here's a corner 3, no good. Rebounded by Ball. That was Jackson in the near corner. Ball in the front court. He gives it to Reed running the court. And he rocks the rim. Our time of the game presented by Dime Bank. Community banking lives here. So UConn with some fast break action. And a crowd on their feet. Hopkins down low. Steal by Reed. Gives to Caravan. They try to go low on a bounce. Caravan ahead. It's Mullins. Jumper. Good. Mullins in the corner. And Rick Pitino has got to call a timeout. It's a 3-ball by Mullins. He was right in the corner near the line. And he drilled it. UConn by 7. 30-second timeout.
Huskies had a 9-0 run earlier. Right now, back-to-back hoops, both in transition. Reed, the fast break dunk from Ball, and then the fast break finished off by Mullins from Caravan. Huskies running well. Huskies rebounding well in this game, although it's actually 5-5. But nonetheless, the bottom line is they're shooting well.
All right, timeout 30's been called. A full media timeout, 12:27 to go. UConn basketball action sponsored by Orthopedic Associates of Hartford. Make your move. Connect with the top orthopedic specialists at OAHCT.com. For Brown, Panderas, and Scott, this is UConn Men's Hoop on Learfield.
At Dime Bank, we're all about community. As one of the area's leading commercial lenders, we place a priority on helping local business owners build and grow their businesses, big or small. Because our lenders live and work in the markets we serve, our homegrown expertise can help create opportunities for local businesses to thrive. If your current banking relationship is leaving you wanting more, come join our community. It's your bank, your choice, your Dime.
Dime Bank. Community banking lives here. Member FDIC.
From the Berkshires to the Long Island Sound, this is the UConn Sports Network from Learfield.
We ask parents who adopted teens to share their journey.
If you build a relationship, then it becomes easier. If you build trust, it becomes easier. As a parent, you want what's best for your child. To give them the love that a child needs. It's probably the best thing you can do for a teenager.
Learn about adopting a teen from foster care. Visit adoptuskids.org to learn more. A message brought to you by Adopt US Kids, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, and the Ad Council.
You say you never give in to a meltdown and never fill your feed with kid photos. You say you'd never put a pacifier in your mouth to clean it and never let them run wild through the grocery store. So when you say you'd never let them get into a car without you there, no, it can happen. 1 in 4 hot car deaths happen when a kid gets into an unlocked car and can't get out. Never happens. Before you leave the car, always stop, look, lock. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Tomorrow night, the top-ranked team in the land, UConn women, closing out their Hartford schedule. They host Georgetown's Hoyas, Bob Joyce, Deb Fisk. From this very broadcast spot, we'll have it beginning at 6:30 here along the UConn Sports Network, the Varsity Network app, and the VarsityNetwork.com, plus Sirius XM Channel 204. Don't forget that.
Sarah Strong, again, the Big East Player of the Week for UConn. Meanwhile, for the men, Braylon Mullins, the Big East Freshman of the Week again. Mullins just hit a 3 in transition into that timeout to get UConn back out to an 18-11 lead. Rebounding even at 5 apiece, but I think a key part of that is that St. John's is 4 for 9 shooting. They're the best offensive rebounding team in the league. They've missed 5 shots in the game. They have only 1 offensive rebound, no second chance points. Meanwhile, the Huskies running 5-0 fast break points.
Right, full court pressure by UConn. Malachi Smith's in the game. Jaden Ross in the game with Mullins, Reed, and Caravan. And Dylan Darling's in for St. John's. On the weave, out near the timeline, it's Ian Jackson. Out front to Ejiofor. He's guarded by Reed, who's up in his face. Wants to put it on the floor. He gives to Dylan Darling. He's guarded by Mullins. Fires it right to Hopkins. They're down to 6. They're down to 5. Hopkins with a drive and a step-back jumper. In and out. Rebounded by Mullins. Well, they ripped that one down. Ahead to Malachi Smith. Smith front court left out near the timeline. He's guarded by Dylan Darling. Gives to Caravan. Foul line extended left. He fires over the defense to Reed. Reed lays it up. No, just missed it. Went for the reverse. And it's rebounded by St. John's. Dylan Darling trying to beat Malachi Smith on the spin into the paint. He banks it. No. Rebound Reed. Outlets to Caravan. Front court left. Left sideline. Caravan holds. Starts to his right. Fires it right to Mullins. Mullins gets a screen from Caravan. Gives it back to him. Gets it back. Long range 3. Way downtown. Rebounded by Jaden Ross. Back out front to Reed. Reed top of the arc. He gives to Caravan. Caravan for 3. That one's good. Oh, Captain America. 21-11. UConn by 10. Ian Jackson straight ahead. Front court right. Little handoff to Darling. He's got Malachi Smith in his shirt. Backs away to the timeline. He's left-handed. Starts to his right. Keeps his dribble. Stop and go. He hands to Jackson on the left sideline. Malachi slaps it away. He dives on the court. He gives to Caravan. They get it to Ross. And Caravan gets the ball deflected out of bounds. They say there's no foul. Boy, Alex already calling for a review. They didn't get it. But Malachi Smith, oh my goodness. Come on, guys.
That three-pointer by Caravan puts him at number 2 all-time career three-pointers made, passing Christian Vitale now with 266 career threes.
All right, they get it to Ball, left sideline, down low to Reed. Reed working. He's on Ejiofor. He's got 2, remember. He spins. He goes to his left hand, missed it. Rebound Darling. Darling now sprints to the front court, and he walked with it. No call. Oh, my goodness. They give it to Ejiofor, top of the key. He spins on Reed, goes to the basket. He banks. No, it's tipped up. No, Caravan got the rebound. The outlets to Malachi Smith. Smith front court to Caravan, charging to the basket, and he throws it down. Oh, he rocked the rim. 23-11. UConn, our Monaco Ford Championship drive. Courtesy of Monaco Ford, Glastonbury, Niantic. Shop like a champion. Online anytime on MonacoFord.com. Here's Hopkins, blocked by Reed. Malachi on a run out to the basket. Scoops, makes UConn 25-11. And Rick Pitino wants to know from his team why they're not getting back right now. Dylan Mitchell getting an earful. And Ryba comes in for Reed. 10 minutes to go, midway through, 9:54, UConn 25-11.
12-0, UConn run. Huskies with their 12th run of double-digit points in a row this season.
And Smith gets a free throw here.
St. John's has already used 4 players off the bench. UConn using 3. They don't have Jalen Stewart in this game tonight. I'm wondering whether Rick Pitino's trying to go deep because UConn can't go as deep tonight.
Well, we'll see. Free throw good by Malachi Smith. 26-11 UConn. This is Hopkins. When I hand off out on the rim, it's back to Darling on the left sideline, guarded by Malachi. Out front it comes to Dylan Mitchell. They go down low, and a foul is called on somebody. I don't know if it's Ryba down low, I believe. As he was trying to front one of the St. John's players. That's only the second UConn foul in the first half. Caravan comes out. Demery comes back in.
Ryba played just 5 minutes at the Garden against St. John's 3 weeks ago.
Or they inbound to Ejiofor. He hands off to Darling, who throws up a 3. No good. Rebound tipped out by St. John's. Back in the hands of Sellers. Now back down low to Ejiofor on raid. Stolen again by Malachi. Smith on a run out. He puts it up and he missed the layup. Good job by the Johnnies to get back on defense. Back the other way. Mitchell attacks Ross. He just powers his way and missed it. Rebound Demery. Oh, man. We got a slugfest going on, Wayne Norman. 26-11 UConn.
St. John's 4 for 16.
All right, here's Ball on the left wing. Gives back to Demery. They take a look at it. Demery starts to his left, guarded by Darling. Attacks him along the left baseline. Kicks it outside of Malachi. They go down low to Ryba. Ryba catches, and he is fouled before he could make a shot attempt.
What a good entry pass that was by Malachi Smith with a high arcing lob pass down low, and Ryba had position inside and drew that foul on Dylan Mitchell.
UConn has 3 bench players on the court with Ball and Demery, as Dan Hurley goes to his bench early and often so far. Here's Demery on the inbound, trying to drive it inside, spins in traffic, skips it outside of Ross. Ross drives into the paint, nowhere to go. Fade away by Ross. Good! Oh, Jay Ross! Oh, man, he looked like Junior Bridgman that time. That's before your time, Wayne Norman. Milwaukee Bucks, he had that shot fade away. Here's St. John's front court right. They give it up to Ejiofor, guarded by Ryba. They kick it back outside. Here's a 3, in and out, and rebound by Ejiofor. Gets it back, puts it on the floor to Hopkins on the left baseline. Hopkins attacks Ball, kicks it outside to Darling. Now in the near corner, Sellers can't get the shot up. Ball knocked loose. It comes to Hopkins for 3. It's no good. And Ryba tips it over to Ross. Ross at the front court left. Pulls up, kicks it over to Demery. Demery top of the three-point arc to Ross. Back out front to Silas. Silas puts it on the floor, left-hand dribble, a switch. Ejiofor is trying to guard him. They kick it left to Malachi, out front to Demery. Demery, dribble penetration on Ejiofor. Can't get the shot off. Looks for help. Gets it to Malachi. They're down to 6. He's on the right wing. Something's got to happen. And Malachi puts up a jumper and gets blocked. And a shot clock violation by UConn. First time they've turned it over in the ballgame. St. John's with 5, UConn with 1. 28-11. UConn leads, 7:37 to go in the first half. From jerseys to hats and more fan favorites, find everything you need to gear up for game day at Kohl's and Kohl's.com. For Brown, Banderas, and Scott, this is UConn Men's Hoop on Learfield. The Huskies by 17.
Mike Rowe here with a random fact. More than half of the homes that have basements in North America will experience water damage. It's true. Whether it's basement moisture, flooding, or bowing walls, do yourself a favor. Call Groundworks. I spent some time working with these guys. They're the real deal. Their people are trained and certified to waterproof your basement and stabilize your walls.
Groundworks, preferred foundation repair company of UConn Athletics.
Licensed in all states where work is performed. See website for details.
Are you traveling out of Bradley Airport and need a safe, reliable place to park your car? Trust your vehicle to Last Fly Off-Airport Parking, located on Route 75 in Windsor Locks. They have both valet and self-park options to fit any budget. Last Fly is open 24 hours a day and will get you to the airport on time every time. Join their loyalty program to earn points for free parking, and be sure to ask about their corporate discounts. Save 20% by pre-booking online at lazfly.com. Last Fly is the official parking company and a proud supporter of UConn Athletics.
Hey, it's Mike Monaco.
And Chrissy Monaco. You know, champions choose Monaco Ford. Just ask UConn's Alex Caravan and Ashlyn Shade. They count on Monaco Ford for performance, reliability, and a team that's got their back.
From the tough F-150 to the versatile Explorer and the thrilling Mustang, we've got the lineup built for winners.
Visit us in Glastonbury or Niantic today.
Or start your deal online at MonacoFord.com.
That's MonacoFord.com.
Play-by-play coverage of UConn men's basketball rolls on. Now, let's go back to our Connecticut Chevy dealers broadcast location.
Our broadcast booth sponsor this season is the Connecticut Chevy Dealers, home to a century of truck capability, featuring America's most dependable trucks. Visit your local Connecticut Chevy dealer today. Chevy drives America. So UConn facing this St. John's team is on a major roll. It won 13 in a row, leading 28-11 with 7:37 left in the first.
And they've done in the last couple of minutes, finishing off this 15-0 run with a three-guard look with Demery, Ball, and Malachi Smith. And Malachi Smith has been pretty good. He's got the steal. He's got a 3 points on the scoreboard so far. And the Huskies have 7 assists, 1 turnover in the game, points in the paint, 16-4. And they've done a great job on Zuby Ejiofor, who did get 2 quick fouls, but he's played 10 minutes of the game so far, only taken 2 shots. Credit both Reed and Ryba for that, as UConn is really running. St. John's, the best fast break team of the Big East. Fast break points of the game so far, 10-0 UConn. This 15-0 run, their second longest consecutive point run of the year. They had a 20-0 run against UMass Lowell.
All right, Darling across the timeline, left to right, gives it up to Sellers on the left sideline, guarded by Mullins. Starts to his right, out near the timeline on a bounce to Darling. He's guarded by Demery, tries to turn a corner on him, can't do it. Backs away to the timeline, a big screen by Ejiofor. They hedge against him. He fires in the corner, a three-pointer by Jackson, no good. It's tipped up, and UConn comes away with it. That's what St. John's been doing. Offensive glass trying to tip it to their teammates, but UConn's had the quick hands, and they came up with it. 7 minutes to go first half. Here's Ross on a handoff to Demery on the right wing. Outside the arc, he gives to Mullins, who steps into a 3. No good. Rebound, Ryba. Ryba outlet to Ross. He tries a 3. That's no good off the right rim, and a foul is called on Darling. As Demery, relentless on the offensive glass, got elbowed and hip-checked by Darling, and that's a foul on St. John's.
Dylan Darling was a big factor the first time these teams played 3 weeks ago, including late in the game. He had a big steal, had a big 3. That's 2 fouls on Dylan Darling.
And since then, Wayne, he scored 56 points in the next 4 games. He's averaging 14 a game. He's had 3 double-figure scoring games. In the last 4 games, he only had 5 in the first 23 games for his team. Here's Ryba on the inbound right wing, gives to Mullins. Mullins tries a drive by Ejiofor, gets it in the left corner to Demery, backs away, gives to Mullins, and turns and fires a 3. He knocks it down, and Ejiofor looks frustrated. He was on top of him, and Mullins delivered a moon ball, 31-11.
18-0 run.
Here's Josan Sanin on the left wing, back out front to Ejiofor, guarded by Ryba, trying to go back door, couldn't do it. He hands to Darling, cuts to the paint, he tries to lay it up, he missed it. It's rebounded by Ejiofor, and Ejiofor is fouled by Ryba. That time, the rebound came long. Ryba had inside possession, is what you're supposed to do, but the rebound came long to Ejiofor, about 10 feet from the basket. So sometimes on radio, you talk about a guy rebounding, and it's not a misplay by the team defensive rebounding. Sometimes it's just the way the ball bounces off the rim. Here's Ejiofor on the free throw line. And the first one is up and good.
Huskies out rebounding St. John 16-14, but Ejiofor, while he hadn't scored until that free throw, does have a team-high 4, and that's the second foul on Eric Ryba.
A 70.5% free throw shooter, Ejiofor, but he shot 214 of them this year.
Leads the Big East.
Him and Hopkins have more than half of their team's free throw attempts. Here's the second one. That one's short off the front rim, and Reed got the rebound.
So it ends the 18-0 UConn run.
All right, Demery walks it across the timeline. 6 minutes to go in the first half. Demery starts to his left, back to his right on a give to Reed on a handoff to Ball. Ball charging inside. He goes by Ejiofor and laid it in. Oh, what a scoop by Solo. UConn 33-12. There's Mitchell out front to Ejiofor. Top of the key. Looking to hand it off, and he does to Sannon. Sannon starts to his right. Tries a blow by Caravan. Good play by Caravan. Now they're trying to go down low. He's in there for 5 seconds. They get it to Ejiofor. They kick back to Sannon, whose three is good. Well, you got to get a man out of that lane that time. Ejiofor was camped out. He had a tent. I saw him putting pegs in it. 33-15.
He got the kick-out assist, his second.
Here's Demery on the left wing, front court left. He starts to his right. Picked up by Dylan Mitchell on a switch. Gives to Ball. Ball down low to Reed. Working on Ejiofor. Drives a shoulder in. They double him. And Reed lost it. And he regains it. And he kicks it to Caravan, who can't save it. And a turnover there by UConn.
Turnovers are such a big factor the first time these teams played. UConn 18, 9 of them by Silas Demery. We've now played 15 minutes. That's only UConn's second turnover.
All right, 5:03 to go. 33-15 in the first half. St. John's 5 of 21 from the field. UConn 13 of 25. And here is Sellers. Across the timeline, left to right. On a handoff to Dylan Mitchell on the left wing. Out front to Ruben Prey. He's guarded by Reed. Prey, top of the three-point arc. He gives it up to Sellers. Sellers trying to get a step back. He dumps it down low to Prey, who spins and banks it in. Strong move by Ruben Prey. The sophomore from Portugal, 33-17 UConn. Here's Mullins, front court left, out near the timeline. Left-hand dribble and a give to Caravan. Caravan holds, gives it up to Demery, top of the three-point arc. Demery skips in the left corner of the ball. Down low they go to Reed. Reed, little jump hook goes in, and count it. Give him a free throw too. 35-17 is Reed and Ball combining. You've got to get the ball to Reed when he's got the angle. He is so tough to deal with.
I thought what made that play work was Ball in the left corner, received the pass and made a quick entry pass. And that gave Reed position before Prey could get set up, and eventually Prey picked up his first personal foul.
All right, so it's Reed on the line. 4:20 to go in the first half. Terrace has got 11. Free throw good. He's got 12. UConn's made their last 3 field goals. St. John's 2 of their last 14. Front court right. It's Sannon with it on the left sideline, guarded by Mullins. Trying to put it on the floor. Blows by Mullins. Can't get the shot off. Oh, he tried to force it up in traffic, and he gets a foul call. I mean, that was a prayer by Sannon, pardon me.
Braylon Mullins picks up the foul. Sannon was a big UConn recruit.
Yes, he was, out of Fall River, Mass. He went to Arizona State, played for Bobby Hurley, and then came to St. John's. He makes the first free throw, 36-18, UConn. 4:06 to go. Sannon's second one is up, and that one's good. St. John's goes to their full court pressure. UConn lines up along the foul line to get loose. This is Demery on the inbound. Sannon guards him as he walks it across the timeline right to left. Demery on a handoff to Mullins. Mullins has 6 points. Hands back to Demery on the right sideline. Starts to his left. Left-hand dribble. Skips it left to Mullins. Down low to Reed. Reed's got the angle on Prey. And he banked it in on the reverse. Terrace Reed. T-Rex. 38-19.
And again, the quick entry pass by Mullins.
There's Sannon, front court left, wants to shoot it, try to go by Caravan, couldn't do it. Bounces to Prey, gets it back. A 3 by Sannon, another one is good. So now St. John's 4 of 9 from 3, and Sannon's got 8. 38-22, 3:20 left in the first half. UConn on top. Mullins front court left out at the timeline. Skips it to Demery on the right wing. Demery over the top to Reed, who catches. And Reed missed it with the left hand just short. Rebounded by the Red Storm. Here they come front court. Mitchell up front to Prey. Now in the hands of Sellers on the left wing. And a foul is called. Might be on Demery for running over the screen. That time a Prey, who fell down like he got shot. But the foul was called on Demery. And that stops play under 4 minutes with 2:56 to go. 38-22 UConn. Husky Hoops brought to you in part by UConn Health. We're delivering care that changes the game for Husky athletes and everyone from Brown, Panteris, and Scott. This is UConn men's basketball on Learfield.
Power Station Events is the official production partner of the UConn Huskies, the ultimate one-stop source featuring audio, video, lighting, staging, talented DJs and musicians, photography and videography, stunning decor and florals, and much more. As we celebrate our 40th anniversary, we want to thank UConn Nation as we look forward to the next 40 years. Visit us at powerstationevents.com and let us help you plan your next awesome event.
Heard from Bridgeport to Willimantic. This is the UConn Sports Network from Learfield.
Let's take a moment to breathe. Deep inhale. Extend your spine. Remain focused on what you're doing. If safe to do so, exhale slowly, leaning to one side. Inhale back to center. If safe to do so, exhale slowly to the opposite side. Find mental health resources at loveyourmindtoday.org. This message is brought to you by the Huntsman Mental Health Institute and the Ed Council.
Put your phone on D&D. That means that do not disturb when you're driving. And when you're going from point A to B, I need you to stay safe, please, so always sing with me. So put your phone on D&D. That means that do not disturb when you're driving. And when you're going from point A to B, I need you to stay safe, please, so always remember this beat.
Don't drive distracted. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
UConn men's basketball brought to you by JT Gommel, Hartford, jtgommel.com. Connecticut's #1 place for tux rentals, custom fit suits, and men's fashion. UConn has won 11 Big East regular season championships. They're fighting for one again here in the last week and a half of the season, trying to get the lead in the conference with a win against St. John's tonight.
But if they do win this game tonight, UConn will need some help, because if these teams end up being tied in the Big East regular season standings, St. John's has the tiebreaker at this point over UConn. UConn's new football coach, Jason Candle, and his offensive and defensive coordinators here at the game. I will talk to Jason Candle on our halftime show tonight.
All right, the inbound coming for St. John's front court right. They get it in out front to Dylan Mitchell. Mitchell fires right to Sannon for another jumper. Oh, he missed everything. It's rebounded by Mullins. He chucked that thing up from Church Street. Rebounded by Mullins. Here's Demery, front court right. Demery out front to Ryba, takes a handoff, starts back to his right. Outside the arc, skips it left. Caravan, that's a long three by Alex. In and out. And the rebound, Bryce Hopkins.
Good clean look, though.
Quickly to the front court, Sannon is fouled by Mullins as he drove to the basket. Again, rocking his head back like he's an AAU player.
So that's 2 fouls on the Big East Freshman of the Week. Mullins with 6 points, 2 of 5, shooting, all from three-point range, and a couple of rebounds.
And Ross comes in to replace him.
Ross made an impact the brief time he was on earlier.
They inbound the ball to our right. They get it into Prey, who tries a three over Ryba, no good. Rebound, Caravan.
He was being held, but he still got the rebound.
Yes, he was. I guess that doesn't count. I don't know. Here's Caravan, front court left, and a hand off the ball. Ball on the left sideline at the hash. Has the ball taken away for the moment. Now starts back to his right. And he hands to Ross. Ross circles left. Oh, he had Ryba for the moment. He didn't get it to him. Back to Demery out front. Demery into the paint. Looks for help. Gets it back in the corner. It's ball for three. No good. And the rebound, Bryce Hopkins. Hopkins runs to the front court. 1:45 left. He attacks Ross. Kicks it back outside to Sannon. He's guarded by Caravan right now. On the left wing outside the arc. And here he comes. He turns the corner on Ryba. And Ryba fouls him and the ball goes in. Huskies that time got beat on a little turning move by Sannon. And he's been a problem. He's got double figures with 10 points now.
And for Eric Ryba, that should be foul number 3.
All right, so we won't see him the rest of the half. Reed comes in. He's got 1. So Ryba and Mullins have foul issues. Ejiofor and Darling, as the free throws missed. And the rebound by the Huskies. There's the front end of a 1-on-1. Here's Ball, front court left. On the right sideline. Ball out front to Demery. Demery starts left. He's got Reed. Gives it back to him on a bounce outside the arc. Now Ball. They double him. They go to Reed. Down low, Reed. Banks it up. No, it's tipped up. Reed got the rebound again. Back out front to Ball for 3. Got it. Oh, Terrace Reed would not be denied. And Ball delivers a triple.
3rd assist by the center.
8 for Ball. Here's Hopkins. Try to blow by Ball on the baseline. Can't do it. Now he banks it up and in. Strong move by Hopkins. Hopkins got 7 now. 41-26 UConn. As Demery walks across the timeline, right to left, out near the Husky logo center court. Now starts back to his right, gives up his dribble, now hands it to Reed, high post left. Reed with a hand up to Caravan. Caravan, dribble penetration, bounce pass to Reed, kicked out of bounds by St. John's. 10 to shoot, 30 seconds left in the first half. How'd you like to be able to listen to us while synced up to your TV in the comfort of your own home? Go to syncmygame.com, SYNC, mygame.com to find out how and a timeout's been called. It's UConn and St. John's with 30 seconds left in the first half. The Huskies leading 41-26, holding St. John's to 9 of 27 shooting, 33%, while shooting 50% themselves. And Wayne leading the rebound battle now, 21-15.
But that's an important timeout called by Dan Hurley with 30 seconds to go. It's the use it or lose it timeout. But Huskies had a 21-point lead right after they had that 18-0 run. And now St. John's within 15. So you want a good possession here to make sure you score. Keep the pedal to the metal. You played so well in the first half. At this point, UConn is shooting 50% from the floor, but holding St. John's to 33%, 9 of 27.
All right, Demery to our left on the baseline, looking to inbound the ball. UConn has 3 men along the baseline, and Caravan at the top of the key.
10 seconds on the clock.
All right, Demery looks and looks, got some trouble, and he gets it a ball in the near corner. Ball holds there. Back out front to Reed. The ball's loose. Reed chases it down. Out of down to 4. Ross got a gun one. It's an air ball and a shot clock violation.
Second one for UConn. 3 turnovers, 2 are 30-second violations.
All right, St. John's with the ball. They have 20.6 seconds left in the half. And it'll be Josiah Sellers walking across the timeline, guarded by Demery. Stands between the rings, straight on. Kicks it left to Dylan Mitchell. Mitchell on a bounce to Prey. Prey now hands off to Sannon. Sannon stop and go, jerks his head around, puts a shot up, no good, and at the buzzer, he puts it up. I don't think they're going to count it. We'll have to see. He got a second chance and put it up. So 41-28. Right now they've counted the bucket, but they got to review that. And we'll let you know in a second what the actual halftime score is. But UConn strong start to it.
It looks good. I just saw the replay. He got out with a second. Well, that's the first shot. No, he did not get that off. Easily didn't get it off.
All right, good call by you after looking at the replay. Put a striped shirt on. I'm going to see what you can do. All right, no bucket.
I'm really good when they slow it down.
Yeah. So am I. 41-26, I believe, is the halftime score.
Correct.
Even though it says 28 right now. UConn over St. John's by 15 in the first half. We'll have halftime activities coming up. Paul Roper will join us from our network studios. Wayne Norman, some stats. Stay with us. Halftime report coming up. Presented by Brown Paint Harrison Scott. This is UConn basketball from Learfield.
When you start your day, be ready with Eyewitness News.
Ready with your first alert to weather changes so the whole family's prepared.
Ready for breaking news to keep your family safe. Ready with a clear look at delays and the best way around them. All so you're ready to start your day.
From overnight breaking news to first alert weather and traffic, together every 10 minutes. Be morning ready with Caitlin Newclo, Tracy McCain, Scott Haney, and Caitlin Francis. Eyewitness News this morning, weekdays 4:30 to 7 on Channel 3.
For comprehensive coverage of college basketball, tune to Sirius XM College Sports Radio Channel 84 in the car and on the Sirius XM app.
For the win! Got it! Let's go!
Sirius XM is the home of your favorite team and conference, including live games, plus interviews and analysis.
He's got it!
So cheer along with the Sirius XM app and listen to your favorite team anywhere. Get a free trial at SiriusXM.com/College Sports Radio 2025.
Planning a move? Let Lippincott Van Lines, the official mover of the UConn Huskies, take the worry and stress out of your relocation. Whether you're moving across the country, across the world, or just across the street, Lippincott Van Lines will handle your packing, moving, and storage needs with the care and quality they deserve. If the UConn Huskies football team can trust Lippincott to get their gear to the field on time, you can trust them to get your items where they need to be. Call Lippincott Van Lines today for a free estimate at 800-245-8563.
Which schools will take home the prestigious Learfield Directors Cup for the top college athletic programs for the 2025-26 college athletic season? Check out the criteria and follow the year-long standings of your favorite team at L Directors Cup on the X platform or online at thedirectorscup.com. Trophies will be awarded in June 2026 to the winning institutions in all college sports divisions. The Learfield Directors Cup, powered by NACDA, the crowning achievement in college athletics.
20 minutes are in the books. This is the Husky Halftime Report. Coming up, we'll recap the first half and check scores from across the country. Now, let's go to the Learfield Network Studios.
An 18-0 UConn run and 14 points by Terrace Reed buoy the Huskies to a 15-point lead at halftime over St. John's in the battle of two of the top teams of the Big East. It is UConn 41, St. John's 26. Paul Roper with you in the Learfield Network Studios as we take a look at scores from the Big East in the top 25. They're also at the half in Villanova. Wildcats up by 14 against the Butler Bulldogs, 42-28. And Providence with a 24-12 lead over Xavier. That's at the under 12 media timeout in the first half. Still to come at 9 o'clock, DePaul squares off against Creighton in Omaha. Over the top 25, 7th-ranked Florida. They've been on a roll lately, taking on a Texas team that's hoping to strengthen their bid case for the NCAA tournament. Right now, the Longhorns with a 39-36 advantage at halftime over the 7th-ranked Gators in Austin. Elsewhere, number 12, Nebraska, 33-27 halftime lead over Maryland. And number 25, Vanderbilt up by 9 on Georgia late in the first half, 42-33 for the Commodores. When we come back, we'll hear from UConn head football coach Jason Candle as Wayne Norman will have a chat with them next as they get ready for the upcoming season. You're listening to UConn Men's Basketball, presented by Brown, Panderas, and Scott from Learfield.
UConn fans, when it comes to sports injuries, do you know where the Huskies go?
UConn Health, Connecticut's only public academic medical center. Our doctors advance research and train future generations of healthcare experts.
All while offering the latest injury prevention, treatment, and performance improvement.
UConn Health, we're delivering care that changes the game for athletes and for everyone.
Learn more at uconnhealth.org.
Welcome to the Chevy Lightning Round. Guess the clues to win. First team, you're up.
Powerful, commanding, unstoppable.
Silverado.
Adventurous, fun, techie.
Trailblazer.
Stylish, nimble.
Tracks.
Innovative, electric.
Blazer EV. Lightning Round champions. You've guessed all the right Chevy clues. Wherever the year takes you, explore it together in the Chevy of your choice. Visit your Connecticut Chevy dealers.
Mike Rowe here with a random fact. More than half of the homes that have basements in North America will experience water damage. It's true. Whether it's basement moisture, flooding, or bowing walls, do yourself a favor. Call Groundworks. I spent some time working with these guys. They're the real deal. Their people are trained and certified to waterproof your basement and stabilize your walls.
Groundworks, preferred foundation repair company of UConn Athletics.
Licensed in all states where work is performed. See website for details.
A true teammate takes on every day with a winner's attitude, gets up when they fall down, and leaves it all on the field. There's a group of teammates who do all these things every single day. But they're more than your typical athlete. They're kids facing unthinkable medical circumstances. Team Impact matches children facing serious illness and disability with college sports teams, creating a long-term, life-changing experience for everyone involved. Join us in the movement to get all kids in the game. Visit teamimpact.org to learn more. Team Impact. All in, all together.
At the break at People's Bank Arena, UConn 41, St. John's 26. Paul Roper with you in the Learfield Network studios. And September is when the college football season starts. The Huskies will take on the Lafayette Leopards at Pratt & Whitney Stadium at Rentschler Field on September 5th. Jason Candle and his staff at the UConn basketball game tonight. And before the game, our own Wayne Norman had an opportunity to catch up with the head football coach of the UConn Huskies.
Jason, you've been on campus for a couple of months. Has UConn been what you anticipated it would be? And what have these first couple of months been like, getting to know all the new players you've recruited?
I think it's more than what I expected, to be honest with you. And I think that, change in life is ultimately, it's exciting, but there's also some intimidating factors that come into that. I mean, look, like being at one place for 17 years is a long time. So you don't run with your head down recklessly into the new situation. You're running recklessly, but you want to be as cautious as you possibly can. So I've been able to just kind of sit back and observe and watch, and I've really been, impressed and, humbled to be around the folks that I've been able to interact with each and every day. Great campus community, people that are really passionate about their institution, and the culture of winning that David Benedict has established in this athletic department has been awesome to be a part of.
College football's gone to like a wide open look. Do you play by those games, or are you more of a run first guy?
Well, I think that we build our scheme off of players first, right? And then we'll get into what formations we want to be in, and then from there we'll figure out what plays we're going to call, in all three phases of the game. But I think the best of the best they have the ability to adapt to their players. You don't get a chance to have a draft, or like the NFL does, and get to pick, and fill your holes that way. You kind of do with the transfer portal, but injuries are part of the game. You have to be able to adapt, and you have to really do a good job of identifying your players. So, fortunately, we were able to have a offensive skill guy drafted at every position, during my time at Toledo. So success that way has come in different forms. Been a third-round pick at defensive tackle last year on defense, a first-round corner the year before, and probably potentially could have a first-round safety this year. So if you're not building your scheme around those guys, I think you're missing the mark.
Jason, thank you for joining us tonight, and best of luck to the Huskies this fall.
I appreciate you so much. Thank you.
UConn head football coach Jason Candle.
Thank you very much, Wayne. And the Huskies lead it 41-26 against St. John's. We'll send it back to Wayne for first half stats from Hartford after 10 seconds for station ID. And these messages presented by Brown, Dearest, and Scott. This is UConn men's basketball from Learfield.
At Dime Bank, we're all about community. It's not just by providing banking services, though we're very good at that. We pride ourselves in giving back in ways that go beyond banking. Acts that range from serving on local boards to neighborhood food pantries. Our employees do so not because they have to, but willingly because they care. If your current banking relationship is leaving you wanting a little more, come join our community. It's your bank, your choice, your dime.
Dime Bank. Community banking lives here. Member FDIC.
Are you traveling out of Bradley Airport and need a safe, reliable place to park your car? Trust your vehicle to Last Fly Off-Airport Parking, located on Route 75 in Windsor Locks. They have both valet and self-park options to fit any budget. Last Fly is open 24 hours a day and will get you to the airport on time, every time. Join their loyalty program to earn points for free parking, and be sure to ask about their corporate discounts. Save 20% by pre-booking online at lazfly.com. Last Fly is the official parking company and a proud supporter of UConn Athletics.
Listen closely.
Did you hear that? That's the sound of employees being productive. They're so efficient because they partnered with Xerox to manage workplace technology. From advanced printers to automating your workflows to IT solutions, our local experts ensure your business runs smoothly. Visit us at Xerox.com/UCONN. Xerox. We make work work.
When you're on the move and looking for nonstop college sports action, get the Varsity Network app and take the game with you everywhere. Stream live play-by-play from schools across the country right from your phone, free. Catch hundreds of weekly podcasts, including shows from your favorite teams, all in one place. From football Saturdays to midweek hoops, it's your all-access pass to the college sports world. Whether it's game day or just your daily drive, the Varsity Network app has you covered. Download now and listen live for free on the Varsity Network app.
Halftime in Hartford, UConn leading St. John's 41-26. It was a 21-point lead late in the first half. UConn led in scoring by Terrace Reed Jr. with 14 points and a team-high 4 rebounds. Alex Caraban made a couple of threes. He's got 8 points. Solo Ball has 8. He's got a three-pointer made. Silas Demery didn't score, but he does have a team-high 3 assists, and importantly, no turnovers after the 9 that he had against St. John's the first game. Braylon Mullins had 6 points and 2 fouls in the first half. Off the bench, they got 3 from Malachi Smith, 2 from Jaden Ross, and no points by Eric Ryba, who does have 3 fouls in the first half. St. John's led by Josan Sanan, who has 10 points. Zubi Ejiofor got in quick foul trouble with 2 fouls. Actually, they've only got a limit for 1, so I guess he was not in foul trouble. That's new information. Anyway, he's got 1 point, a team-high 4 rebounds. Bryce Hopkins has 7 points, 2 rebounds. Dylan Mitchell, no points, 3 rebounds. Hosea Sellers has 2 off the bench. Ruben Prey, 3. Ian Jackson has 3. Dylan Darling picked up 2 quick fouls, didn't score. And the other players off the bench didn't score either for St. John's, which shot 32%, 9 of 28 in the first half. UConn missed 5 of the last 6 shots in the half, but they were 49%, 16 for 33, and just 2 turnovers against one of the best defensive teams in the nation. That's very impressive. Huskies were 5 of 13 from 3. St. John's was 4 for 12. Red Storm 4 for 7 for the line. UConn 4 for 5. And like the first game, UConn out-rebounded St. John's in the first half, this time 21-17. Huskies 11 assists on 16 field goals. St. John's 7 assists on 9 field goals. St. John's had 5 turnovers, good for 5 UConn points. UConn only 2 turnovers, good for 1 St. John's point. Huskies 3 steals and 2 blocks. St. John's had no steals and 3 blocked shots. Points to the paint, 22-10 UConn. Fast break points, 10-0 UConn. St. John's leads the Big East in fast break points and bench production. UConn 5 points, St. John's 6. Huskies' biggest lead was 21. They had an 18-0 run in that first half. Each team 4 for 10 from the floor on layups. Today's date in 2009, Jim Calhoun got his 800th career coaching victory. Just the 7th Division I coach to reach that milestone. They beat Marquette 93-82. A.J. Price went off for a career-high 36 points. 41-26, UConn over St. John's. Second half coming up from Brown, Panderas, and Scott. This is UConn basketball on Learfield.
Power Station Events is the official production partner of the UConn Huskies, the ultimate one-stop source featuring audio, video, lighting, staging, talented DJs and musicians, photography and videography, stunning decor and florals, and much more. As we celebrate our 40th anniversary, we want to thank UConn Nation as we look forward to the next 40 years. Visit us at PowerStationEvents.com and let us help you plan your next awesome event.
Hey, it's Mike Monaco.
And Chrissy Monaco. You know, champions choose Monaco Ford. Just ask UConn's Alex Caraban and Ashlyn Shade. They count on Monaco Ford for performance, reliability, and a team that's got their back.
From the tough F-150 to the versatile Explorer and the thrilling Mustang, we've got the lineup built for winners.
Visit us in Glastonbury or Niantic today.
Or start your deal online at MonacoFord.com.
That's MonacoFord.com.
When you start your day, be ready with Eyewitness News.
Ready with your first alert to weather changes so the whole family's prepared.
Ready for breaking news to keep your family safe. Ready with a clear look at delays and the best way around them. All so you're ready to start your day.
From overnight breaking news to first alert weather and traffic, together every 10 minutes. Be morning ready with Caitlin Newclo, Tracy McCain, Scott Haney, and Caitlin Francis. Eyewitness News this morning, weekdays 4:30 to 7 on Channel 3.
Aw, shucks. The game's on TV, but I can't listen to the call of my favorite team broadcasters.
Never fear. Sync My Game is here.
Sync My Game?
Yes, Sync My Game. If you have a DVR and streaming device, head to syncmygame.com from Learfield. It's never been easier to hear the impassioned voices of your favorite radio crew synced with the TV.
Wow, thank you, Mr.
Just remember, syncmygame.com.
This copyrighted broadcast is an exclusive presentation of Learfield under the broadcasting rights granted by the University of Connecticut. Reuse of this presentation is prohibited without the expressed written consent of the University of Connecticut and Learfield. Announcers are provided by Learfield and approved by the University of Connecticut.
UConn did not score after a minute and 11 was left in the first half. A three-pointer by Solo Ball got that done. They were up by 17. They also led by 21, just under 6 minutes to go in the first half, 33-12. After an 18-0 run, they had a 9-0 run early after falling behind 2-0. So a lot of momentum stuff going on with UConn in the first half, including those 10 fast break points. Mike Crispino, Wayne Norman back here at People's Bank Arena with Alex Green, our engineer. Now they got to bring the same emotion, the same energy, and try not to let St. John's get back in this thing. Huskies have won 27 straight games in this building. Last time they lost, 2023, St. John's. That UConn team won the national championship. Here's Demery out front, being guarded by Sellers. Gives to Caravan, long three by Alex, off the back rim, no good. And a ball knocked out of bounds. Who's it off? I think it's off Mullins. So Caravan tried a long three there. And he's now 2 for 4 on the night. 8 points. And it'll be St. John's basketball. Huskies have missed 6 of the last 7 shots. Sure, the coach Hurley was saying, keep the pedal to the metal. Don't relax. Here's St. John's front court left. Hopkins on a handoff to Sannon. He's being guarded by Demery. Now out front to Ejiofor. Ejiofor, top of the three-point arc with Reed all over him. He's giving him a hard time. Where's he going to give it up? And near steal by Ball. Gets it to Sannon. Down to 10 seconds. He tried to drive through traffic. The ball stolen. Caravan comes up with it. Fires it ahead to Demery. Right sideline. Front court right. UConn shooting to the basket with their own benches. Bryce Hopkins is guarding Reed right now. Ejiofor guarding Caravan. They go down low to Reed. He makes the catch and he throws it down. Ball with a great feed, good timing, and UConn 43-26. And Terrace has got 16. And he's got 3 dunks in this game. Yeah, he's been more forceful in this one, and he's got to be. It's crunch time in the season. Here's Hopkins on a bounce to Ejiofor out front, holds the ball. Reed mimicking him defensively. Sannon tries to cut around the screen, gives up his dribble on a bounce to Ejiofor, top of the key, puts it on the floor on Reed, puts it up and missed it. The ball batted out of bounds. Who is it? And Roger Ayers, the sideline official, said it was St. John's basketball. And so they'll inbound to our left. On the baseline near their own bench. They get it into Ejiofor. Tries a 3 over Reed and hits. He can do that. Ejiofor's 3. Did it against UConn at Madison Square Garden 3 weeks ago. Cut the lead to 43-29. And Demery off the inbound across the timeline left to right. Scored by Sannon. Starts to his left. The screen by Mullins. Now back to his right. He fires to Reed. High post left. Reed handoff Mullins. A long 3 by Braylon. In and out. No good. Rebounded by Hopkins. Hopkins runs to the front court, puts it on the floor. He attacks Ball. He's blocked by Reed. And Demery came up with, that's 2 blocks for Reed. Demery to the front court, pulls up at the top of the key, got Reed open, down low, and it was a collision that time with Joseph Sannon, and the whistle blew as Sannon basically stopped play, indicating he was injured.
but now he's okay.
Huskies 0 for 2 from three-point range. 2 long threes, one by Caravan, one from Mullins in the second half. But they've missed their last 6 threes. Threes helped build that 21-point lead, but now they're not dropping. Got to work the ball inside the circle, maybe inside the paint more here in the second half.
And Rick Pacino takes Sandin out, and the trainer's going to work on him. Ball will inbound to our right on the baseline.
No foul on that.
UConn leading 43-29. We're 2 minutes in. Ball gets it in. So Braylon Mullins on the right wing. Mullins starts to his right. He's doubled for the moment. He attacks the basket. He got pushed. Nothing there. He gives it up to Reed, who dunks it home. What a great feed by Braylon. UConn 12 assists, 13 assists, now 2 turnovers. St. John's front court left. Here's Hopkins, who travels every time he touches the ball. He's got it on the left wing out front to Ejiofor. Ejiofor puts it on the floor. Tries to go by Reed, and he's able to get to the basket and lay it in. What a strong move by Ejiofor that time. 45-31. Caravan looking to get it in, and he does get it into Demery, who's being guarded by Ian Jackson, the sophomore guard, transferred from North Carolina. This was the best transfer class in all of the country, this St. John's team. Here's Mullins on the left wing. Blow by Mullins. Lays it up. No foul. And a rebound taken down by St. John's. They run to the front court left. They skip it left. It's in the hands of Mitchell. Now to Ejiofor and a weave to Hopkins. Hopkins for 3. Back rim no good. Rebound Demery. Long rebound came to Demery. He's got 5 of them now. Front court right, it's Demery, top of the three-point arc. He's guarded by Ejiofor. Kicks it right to Caravan. Caravan out of Reed at the high post, right of the basket. Faces up, gives back to Demery. Tries to blow by Demery. Fade away by Demery is good. He blew by the defense of Mitchell, and Silas has a bucket. That's his first. 47-31, and the crowd responding on their feet every time. Now it's Mitchell, front court left, fires it left to Ejiofor, faced up, gives to Ian Jackson, stop and go Jackson to the paint, fade away by Jackson, back rim no good, rebound Reed! Got 5 of them, ahead to Demery, front court right, Demery starts to his left, has it between the rings, right hand dribble, and now skips it to Caravan. Caravan turns the corner, nowhere to go. And now he spins twice and puts it up no good. He fights for the rebound. It's knocked off St. John's. Oh, Caravan. Mr. Hustle. He did not quit on it. He missed the shot, but he tipped it off of St. John's foot. And the Huskies will have the ball with 20 seconds to shoot when we come back for the under 16 timeouts. 47-31 UConn. Coverage of the Huskies brought to you by Brown, Payne, Darris, and Scott. The proud full-service law firm partners of UConn men's and women's basketball. With BPS Lawyers, you get more than a lawyer. You get a full-service law firm. From Brown, Payne, Darris, and Scott, this is UConn Men's Hoop on Learfield.
Hey, Husky fans, it's college basketball season, and SeatGeek is the official ticket marketplace of Alley Oops. SeatGeek makes it easy to find tickets so you can be a part of all the courtside action this season. Whether you're buying or selling tickets to UConn basketball games or to any other live event in your area, SeatGeek is the place to do it. SeatGeek is the official fan-to-fan ticket marketplace of the UConn Huskies. Let's go Huskies! SeatGeek.
Husky pride is in full swing. Academic minds are hard at work and play. As a supporter of all things Husky, Travelers is proud to sponsor UConn and its exciting sports programs. From football to basketball to hockey, we're Husky all the way. Travelers in UConn, committed to the young people who are the future of Connecticut.
UConn fans, when it comes to sports injuries, do you know where the Huskies go?
UConn Health, Connecticut's only public academic medical center. Our doctors advance research and train future generations of healthcare experts.
All while offering the latest injury prevention, treatment, and performance improvement.
UConn Health, we're delivering care that changes the game for athletes and for everyone.
Learn more at uconnhealth.org.
Huskies live here. You're listening to play-by-play coverage of UConn men's basketball. Now back to our Connecticut Chevy dealers broadcast location.
Jeep President's Day sales event is back. And so are the great deals on the legendary Jeep brand lineup. Hurry into your Hartford, New Haven Jeep brand dealer today. Mike Crispino, Wayne Norman. We're here at People's Bank Arena, final home game here. UConn has Seton Hall on Saturday at noon at Gamble, and then a trip to Marquette the following Saturday. So they get a little bye week, Wayne, after this in the Seton Hall game, obviously. And Seton Hall's going to be desperate. Pirates maybe fleeting chance to get in the NCAA tournament. They've got to win maybe the rest of their games.
I touched in the first half that if UConn wins tonight and each team wins out, meaning UConn wins its last 2 games, St. John's wins its last 3, then these teams will be tied for the regular season Big East championship. But St. John's win the tiebreaker, which means the number 1 seed in the Big East tournament. The tiebreaker is based on head-to-head results. Both teams would be 2-0 against third-place Villanova and 2-0 against fourth-place Seton Hall. So it would come down to Creighton, which St. John's swept, and UConn split. In fact, UConn lost to Creighton at home at Gamble last week, and then St. John's on Saturday blew Creighton out. So that's the key game right now. There could be some other changes, but that's the bottom line. That it looks like unless UConn gets some help, they will not do any better than tying for the Big East championship, assuming they win tonight.
All right, Caravan looking inbound on the left sideline, kicks it into the backcourt to Demery. It's like a pass, and he caught it like a wide receiver. Demery across the timeline left to right. It's guarded by Dylan Darling now. Gave him a lot of trouble in New York. Here's the cut by Mullins to the basket. Demery tipped it. Wait a minute. Roger Ayers, and they correct it. Brian O'Connell said St. John's ball, but it really wasn't his call. It was Roger Ayers under the basket. He's the lead official there, and that's his call, and he made the call. They get it into Mullins, corner 3. Good! Oh, Mullins! A moon ball by the kid. UConn 50-31.
The bringer of rain.
Here is Hopkins on the left wing. He's guarded by Caravan. Wants to blow by him on the dribble, and he does, and it's blocked. Reed might have got a piece of it. Demery on a run out. Right wing with it. Kicks it to Mullen. That's a long 3. No good. He missed everything. It's rebounded by Ian Jackson. And Jackson sprints to the front court. Guarded by Ball. He attacks Ball. Puts up an off-balance shot. No good. Didn't catch anything. Got his own rebound. Darling tries a 3. He rims it out. And the rebound saved by Ball, but out of bounds. So St. John's now 5 of 14 from 3.
Well, they're the best offensive rebounding team in the league. That would be their 8th offensive rebound. And this inbound possession will become a third chance opportunity. They've not had many of those tonight because they haven't dominated the offensive glass.
All right, Ross for Ball. Ball has 8. He's got 3 assists tonight. And Darling to inbound left on the baseline, across from his own bench. And he does get it into Ian Jackson. Back out front to Prey. He gives to Jackson, who curls around the screen. An interception by Mullins. Mullins an outlet. Ross. Oh, he rocks the rim. Oh, Rip City. Ross and Mullins. 52-31, and he got fouled too.
Huskies beating St. John's to their own game, the fast break.
All right, Prey. He deals to Jackson on the right sideline. He wants to shoot it. Gives it back to Darling at the Husky logo, center court. Darling working on Ross. Crossover. Can't beat him. Gives to Jackson. Out front, Prey. Now they're down to 7. It's Hopkins. He's guarded by Demery. Jabs with his right foot. Now he tries to attack. He spins. He goes to a fadeaway. No good. Rebound. Who's got it? Demery's got it. He's got 6 of them. And here comes Demery to the front court. Kicks it right. Caravan thought about shooting. Instead, he drives inside and lays it in. Oh, they're slicing the Red Storm up. And Caravan is pumping his fist. Let's go. 54-31.
UConn's biggest lead of the game.
UConn basketball brought to you by Johnson Brunetti. Proud to be the official wealth management sponsor of the UConn Huskies. From Brown, Penderis, and Scott, UConn's outscored St. John's 11-5 in the second half. 7-0 over the last 224, and they lead at 52-31. For Brown, Penderis, and Scott, this is UConn men's hoop on Learfield.
Mike Rowe here with a random fact. More than half of the homes that have basements in North America will experience water damage. It's true. Whether it's basement moisture, flooding, or bowing walls, do yourself a favor. Call Groundworks. I spent some time working with these guys. They're the real deal. Their people are trained and certified to waterproof your basement and stabilize your walls.
Groundworks, preferred foundation repair company of UConn Athletics.
Licensed in all states where work is performed. See website for details.
Connecticut is Husky Nation. This is the UConn Sports Network from Learfield.
We asked parents who adopted teens to share their journey.
When I met both of them, it was like my missing pieces were found. Like it was just like an instant, these are my kids. If you're considering adopting a teen, just do it. Kids need families. I don't care the age. Everybody deserves a family.
Learn about adopting a teen from foster care. Visit adoptuskids.org to learn more. A message brought to you by Adopt US Kids, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, and the Ad Council.
My name is Teresa Barber. I was in the United States Navy, and I served overseas in the Middle East and Africa. Early on in my career, I had a commander that taught our suicide prevention training, and the very next day, he took his own life. 90% of suicide attempts involving a gun are fatal. My way of continuing my service is to help protect my community by being a responsible gun owner and by storing firearms safely. Store all your guns securely. Help stop suicide.
Brought to you by End Family Fire and the Ad Council.
Discover Dean Cabinetry, trusted for 25 years. Stock custom and semi-custom kitchens built for your budget. Schedule today at deancabinetry.com, a proud local sponsor of the UConn Sports Network. Mike Crispino, Wayne Norman, and the Huskies leading 54-31 here with under 14 to go against St. John's. A 9-0 run the last 2:35.
Well, they've only got 2 turnovers in the game, and I think a significant number is Silas Demery, who had the career-high 9 turnovers, UConn career-high, season-high 9 turnovers the first time these teams played. And Demery right now has 3 assists. That's under his average, but he has no turnovers. And the other thing is a lot of those turnovers came when UConn couldn't inbound the ball. Huskies have had very little difficulty inbounding the ball in this game. So obviously, Coach Hurley and the staff worked on that. The other thing is the way they've been able to control the big 3 up front. Mitchell, Hopkins, and Ejiofor for St. John's. Those 3 combined for 50 points and 22 rebounds the first time these teams played. Tonight so far, just 13 points and 10 rebounds.
Sometimes you learn from losing, and I think the Huskies learned a little something. Here's Darling, front court left, picked up by Ross on a switch. Out front to Ejiofor, hand off Hopkins. Now Darling has it back. He's guarded by Demery, tries to turn the corner, lost it. Demery might get credit for a steal there, but he really got a gift. Here's Caravan. Drives inside, nowhere to go. Kicks it back outside to Ross. Dribble penetration, get it down low to Reed. Kick back Ross. Out front, Mullins. Mullins now Ross right wing. He's still got 12 to shoot. Ross backs away and gives to Caravan. Caravan starts to his left. Now to Reed out front. Reed faces up. And he holds. And he spins on Ejiofor. And he puts it up. And no. It's rebounded by St. John's. It's Dylan Mitchell. Mitchell's been quiet. He hasn't scored yet. He had 15 in that first game. Ejiofor, front court left. Gives it up to Hopkins. Down low, it's Mitchell working on Caravan. Hands off. Sellers over Caravan. Short, no good. And a rebound. Let's go. The Huskies diving on the floor. They tie up the ball. And a possession arrow to St. John's.
Sellers followed his own shot. 2 Huskies were there, but Sellers able to fall on it. So that'll be another offensive rebound for St. John's. They weren't getting many of those until the last couple of minutes, but it's been a lot to get. They're 2 for 11 from the floor in the second half. 11 of 39, 28% for the game.
All right, Mitchell looks inbound. He gets it into Sellers in the left corner, guarded by Malachi Smith. Spins him off the screen. Sellers try to drive inside. He pulls up from 15. He missed it. And a rebound. And a foul is called on Ryba, I believe, or it could be Ross. Ooh, that's a problem because Ryba has 4 now. But Dan Hurley's got to go back to Reed with 12 and a half to go. Boy, that is unfortunate. But that's the St. John's thing. They tangled him up and brought him to the ground, and the foul was called. on Ryba. Mitchell looks to get it in. He gets into Ejiofor.
Ryba just had one foul the last 2 games combined.
All right, they get it down low to Ejiofor, trying to work on Ray. A steal by Caravan, and a foul is called. That's the second team foul on the Huskies. So it'll be St. John's ball. Yeah, he did get him across the left arm. Now here's the Red Storm kicking it into Ejiofor in near corner. He dribbles outside, hands off to Hopkins. Is guarded by Mullins. Hopkins wants to put it on the floor and blow by Mullins, and he does. And the shot is an air ball. It's loose. And another foul called on UConn. It's a whistle fest right now.
Ross got the initial block.
Crowd restless after that one. St. John's missed their last 9 field goals, one of their last 11. They get it into Sannon, and his jumper back rim no good. Rebounded by Reed, a 15-footer off the baseline. So all that, and the Red Storm doesn't score. Malachi Smith, front court right, being guarded by Dylan Mitchell, the bigger man. Got 5 inches on him. This is Malachi on the left sideline. Behind the screen of Reed, starts to his right. 10 seconds to shoot. They get it to Reed, and a foul called on Mitchell.
Bronx cheer from the Hartford fans.
It's true. That brings us under 12 minutes, 11:46 to go. UConn 54, St. John's 31. Champions choose Monaco Ford. Just ask Alex Caravan and Ashland Shade whether you're in Glastonbury or Niantic. Monaco Ford, the trusted choice for athletes and fans alike. Shop like a champion online anytime at MonacoFord.com. For Brown, Painteros, and Scott, this is UConn men's basketball on Learfield.
When you start your day, be ready with Eyewitness News.
Ready with your first alert to weather changes, so the whole family's prepared.
Ready for breaking news to keep your family safe. Ready with a clear look at delays and the best way around them. Also, you're ready to start your day.
From overnight breaking news to first alert weather and traffic, together every 10 minutes. Be morning ready with Caitlin Newclo, Tracy McCain, Scott Haney, and Caitlin Francis. Eyewitness News this morning, weekdays 4:30 to 7 on Channel 3.
At Dime Bank, we're all about community. As one of the area's leading commercial lenders, we place a priority on helping local business owners build and grow their businesses, big or small. Because our lenders live and work in the markets we serve, our homegrown expertise can help create opportunities for local businesses to thrive. If your current banking relationship is leaving you wanting more, come join our community. It's your bank, your choice, your dime.
Dime Bank. Community banking lives here. Member FDIC.
Hey, it's Mike Monaco.
And Chrissy Monaco. You know, champions choose Monaco Ford. Just ask UConn's Alex Caravan and Ashland Shade. They count on Monaco Ford for performance, reliability, and a team that's got their back.
From the tough F-150 to the versatile Explorer and the thrilling Mustang, we've got the lineup built for winners.
Visit us in Glastonbury or Niantic today.
Or start your deal online at MonacoFord.com.
That's MonacoFord.com.
This is UConn men's basketball. Now back to our Connecticut Chevy Dealers broadcast location.
Listen to all things college sports, including live games and talk on SiriusXM College Sports Radio, Channel 84, and streaming on the SiriusXM app. Mike Crispino, Wayne Norman, Alex Green, our engineer. UConn leading 54-31 with 11:48 to go in the ballgame. And UConn being led by Terrace Reed's 18. Only one other man in double figures. That's Alex Caravan with 10.
Alex had 12 points to lead UConn in the game against Villanova, but they got good balanced scoring in that game. And Caravan leading UConn in scoring on Saturday at Villanova with 12 points, ties for the third fewest points by a UConn high score in a win since 1980. A couple of guys had 11 points, and Alex had 12 in that game. Solo Ball had 12 in a game back in 2024. So they got good balance scoring there, getting it here, and they need the balance scoring without the injured Jalen Stewart, who's got a knee problem, is not playing tonight.
Inflammation keeping him out. They get it into Mullins on the left sideline front court, and Ejiofor is basically mauling Terrace Reed, no whistle. Malachi Smith has it between the rings. They're down to 10 to shoot. Malachi starts back to his right on the screen by Alex Caravan. He gets it back to Caravan, puts it on the floor. Caravan floats it up and in. Oh, what a shot. Captain America strikes. 56-31. That was not easy.
It's another double-figure run for UConn. 11 straight after 18-0 run in the first half.
That was a runner by Caravan in traffic. All right, here's Mitchell attacking Reed. Blocked. Knocked loose on the floor. St. John's dives on it. UConn's there. And possession arrow Huskies. I'll tell you what. Check the block shot thing, Wayne. It says 6. It feels like it's about 8 to me.
Well, Terrace has 4 blocks of his own. That Caravan drive, he looked like he was going to take a 3 from the perimeter, made a shot fake, went up, and then he went by the defender and found the lane to be open.
And that tells you he's feeling better, to be honest. He's had some leg issues.
Doesn't have the brace on anymore tonight.
All right, they inbound to Malachi Smith. 11 minutes to go.
He took a knee to the quad in the Butler game 3 weeks ago.
All right, Malachi front court right on the handoff to Solo Balls. Back in, out front to Caravan. Right wing, it's Malachi out front to Ball. He starts left on the screen by Reed. They go to Reed in a pick and roll. Reed inside. Reed puts it up and in. Oh, man. He manhandled Zuby Ejiofor, preseason player of the conference. Reed's got 20. Here's Sannon. A jumper. No. Back rim. Battle for the rebound. Caravan's got it. Bodies are flying everywhere. Wall front court right. Hands back to Caravan. Huskies with patience. Caravan on a handoff from Reed on the left wing. Skips it right to Ball. Ball between the rings out near the timeline on a handoff to Malachi Smith. Malachi screened by Ball. Starts to his right. Back to his left. Under 10. Ball, corner 3. Got it! Oh, the roof has come down. A timeout's been called. And UConn has almost doubled up St. John's 61-31. The 13-game winning streak is in serious jeopardy.
Well, they broke UConn's 18-game winning streak back on February 5th. A 16-0 run now after the 18-0 run in the first half.
Well, UConn 61-31 timeout. It's going to be a 30. We've got 10:07 left in the game. Another big weekend for the Ice Bus. UConn men's hockey playing at home and home with UMass Minutemen. Bob Joyce, Adam Giordino have the call. Game 1 Friday night, 6:45 here along the UConn Sports Network, the Varsity Network app, and the VarsityNetwork.com. So UConn leading St. John's. The Johnnies on a major streak. Their longest since 84-85, winning 13 in a row. They haven't lost in 50 days. UConn went through that themselves. They won those 18 in a row, and it was 80 days between losses. You get used to winning.
You used a pretty good stat before the game about St. John's losing, 6 of its last 7 games here in this building. The one game they won was the last time UConn lost here in 2023.
Yeah, 7 of 8 UConn has won in this building, dating back to 88-89. All right, St. John's with the basketball, and across the timeline, it's Josiah Sellers, gives it on the left wing to Bryce Hopkins. Hopkins holds her, he's guarded by Ball, wants to get it to Sannon, he does. Caravan's guarding him, Sannon puts it on the floor. On the drive, he puts up a wild shot, it hits the front rim, and off of Ross's hands and out of bounds. 20 seconds to shoot. Well, Sannon just put up a really bad off-balance shot. I don't know where he was going with that.
I thought Caravan played him really well defensively that time, but another offensive rebound for St. John's. There's certainly been plenty of them to get as they have missed their last 13 shots.
The inbound to Ejiofor on the left baseline. He gives it back to Dylan Mitchell, who cuts into the paint on Reed. Reed blocked him. He got the rebound. Oh, man, the eraser. Tonight, Reed has done his thing, and boy, if he keeps doing that, 5 blocks, UConn might have something going here. They've already won 25 of 28 coming into this one. Here's Reed on a hand up to Ball. Ball on the left wing. Launches a 3. Back rim no good. And a rebound and a foul, I believe, on Caravan. Yep. Alex went after it. That's his second personal. 9:14 to go. And the same 5 stays in. Caravan, Ross, Reed, Ball, and Malachi Smith. St. John's inbounds the ball to Josiah Sellers, and he gives it Mitchell out front on the perimeter. They fire it left to Sellers. Now it's in the hands of Ian Jackson. And a spinning move by Hopkins, airballed it. Good D by Caravan. He didn't fall for the fake. And Reed's got another board.
Hopkins now 3 for 13 shooting.
That's 8 rebounds for Reed. Here's Malachi Smith between the rings, straight on the basket. Right-hand dribble to Caravan, right? Caravan looking to go down low, and he gets it to Reed. They double him right away. They skip it outside of Malachi. Malachi to Ross. Ross for 3. In and out. And a rebound comes to Ian Jackson. He runs to the front court left. Hands to Hopkins. Hopkins top of the three-point arc. Looks to the backdoor cut, and he gets it. The ball knocked out of bounds. They say it's off Malachi Smith. I don't know if they want to review that.
He got knocked down hard, Smith did.
Well, Malachi Smith comes out, and Silas Demery comes back in.
I thought Smith's given UConn some pretty good minutes. He played 9 minutes, has a couple of steals.
Oh, yeah.
He's got 2 assists.
It's all about energy.
That was a good look he gave to Ross a moment ago.
All right, they kick it out to Ruben Prey, left wing, outside the arc, and a handoff to Osiah Sellers. He's picked up by Ball. Tries to blow by him. Can't get a shot off. Back to Hopkins. Guarded by Caravan. A lot of body there. Nowhere to go. Got to kick it out. 5 to shoot. Prey has to fire a jumper. It's an air ball. Oh, UConn putting on a defensive display. St. John's is 11 of 47. 11 for 48, pardon me.
23% and 2 for 20 in the second half.
So the Huskies, who got tattooed by Creighton at home not too long ago, and a great play on the inbound as Demery fires it off of Ian Jackson as they almost turned it over.
That was
Wayne. They gave up 91 points at home to Creighton. Now they're holding this team to 31 with 8 minutes left.
And remember, they played tremendous defense on Saturday at Villanova. Villanova made its last 5 shots, or 5 of the last 6, but for a long time in that game, they were shooting about 33%.
All right, they inbound the ball to Demery. 8 minutes to go. 61-31 UConn. Demery quickly across the timeline, left to right. Stands at the Husky logo center court here at People's Bank Arena. Demery being guarded there by Ian Jackson. Now he starts to his left. Gets a screen from Reed. Tries to cut around the corner. Goes all the way to the basket and lays it up. No good. Reed chases it down. And Reed has the ball taken away. It ends up in Ball's hand for 3. No good. And another loose ball rebound at Demery. UConn has another chance. Demery on the right sideline. This crowd keeps getting on its feet. They won't sit down. Demery starts right. Back out front, Caravan. Jab step move over Prey, a 3. Front rim, no good. Reed got the rebound. And he put it in. But they call a foul before that. And right now, Dan Hurley is in the face of Terrace Reed. And I think it's all good stuff. Timeout on the floor. 7:15 to go. 61-31. From quality outdoor structures to custom handcrafted furniture, Cloder Farms is your destination for home and yard. We're worth the ride. Route 83, Ellington. For Brown, Payne, Harris, and Scott, this is UConn Men's Hoop on Learfield.
Is your retirement game plan a well-executed play or just a Hail Mary? I'm Eric Hogarth, certified financial planner at Johnson Brunetti. As the official wealth management sponsor of the UConn Huskies, we've helped over 7,000 families navigate and thrive in retirement. Level up your financial playbook by visiting johnsonbrunetti.com for free financial planning resources. Johnson Brunetti Retirement, your financial playmaker. Johnson Brunetti is a marketing name for the businesses of JV Capital and JN Financial. Investment advisory services offered through JV Capital, LLC. Insurance products offered through JN Financial, LLC.
We're back in 60 seconds after this from your local station. This is the UConn Sports Network from Learfield.
This message is for Shauna, my mom, who just finished her high school diploma. I wanted to say I'm so proud of you for finishing school. You told me it's never too late to achieve your dreams. I hope to make you as proud as you have made me.
When you graduate, they graduate. Finish your high school diploma for you and for them. Visit finishyourdiploma.org to find free and supportive adult education centers near you. Brought to you by the Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
Don't act like that. Don't wear that. Don't think that. I've heard everything you tell yourself every time you felt different. And I want you to know that you can be vulnerable and powerful. That taking care of your mind is taking care of everyone you love and who loves you. Love your mind. Find mental health resources at loveyourmindtoday.org. Brought to you by the Huntsman Mental Health Institute and the Ad Council.
Saturday, the home finale at Gamble, Senior Day for the UConn men. They host Seton Hall's Pirates. We'll carry the Senior Day ceremony live as we take the air at 11:30 Saturday here along the UConn Sports Network, the Varsity Network app, and the VarsityNetwork.com, plus Sirius XM Channel 201. That's what you got to get to if you're driving around down at Danbury or somewhere else in New England, and you got to listen to UConn, and you got Sirius Radio. Keep those numbers in mind.
First half, UConn scored 18 consecutive points. At that point, they led 31-11. In the second half, the active streak is now 16-0. Those two consecutive point streaks are the second and third longest of the year for UConn. They had a 20-0 run early in the year against UMass Lowell, so they've really done it, and that starts with defense. This 30-point lead, the biggest UConn lead since plus 38 over Xavier the game before the first St. John's game.
The inbound it to Demery. He tries to alley-oop it to Harrison. Reed, pardon me, and he threw it away.
And that is Silas Demery's first turnover of the game after he had 9 against St. John's 3 weeks ago.
Huskies are putting full court pressure on St. John's. They get it in to Bryce Hopkins.
Just UConn's third turnover.
Hopkins crossed the timeline. On the left wing, out front to Ruben Prey, started by Reed. Prey on a handoff to Sellers. He circles right outside the arc. Now into the paint. Lost it. Regains it. Thought about shooting, but didn't. Now they're down to 7. Sannon has it. Gives it to Bryce Hopkins. Hopkins puts it on the floor on Ross, and he is fouled by somebody. Either Ross or Reed got him. And Ross is limping right now. Jaden favoring his right leg.
15.
Reed got another block there, but a foul was called.
First foul on Ross.
So it'll be Hopkins on the line.
So UConn's got the big blue inflatable balloons, 2 of them right behind the St. John's hoop. First time we saw that this year was at the Garden. It really affected UConn's foul shooting down the stretch. And since that time, UConn's done it at home games, and guess what? They just missed one.
Wayne, only 13 free throw attempts by these two teams tonight. Tell you what, it's been a rough and tumble game.
St. John's leads the league in free throw attempts. Tells you things about UConn's defense.
Yeah, first time they played, there were 43 free throw attempts. UConn got beat badly on the free throw line, 22-5. They here tonight, St. John's 5 of 9, UConn 4 of 5.
So Hopkins goes 1 for 2 from the line. That ends the UConn 16-0 run.
Caravan gets it into Demery, 6.5 to go. Demery across the timeline, being guarded by Ian Jackson on the right sideline in front of the UConn bench. Gives to Mullins. He's been out for a while. They work the perimeter to ball. Now they give it up to Demery on the left sideline. Demery in the high post handoff to Reed. Back to Mullins. They double team him. He skips it across to Caravan. Caravan puts it on the floor. Goes all the way to the basket and scoops it in. Oh, man. What is he? Jerry West now? He scooped it on a reverse. 63-32. Bryce Hopkins has it. Caravan, 14 points. Ruben Prey outside the arc on the left wing gives to Jackson for a jumper. Airballed it almost. Hopkins got the rebound and he's blocked. Mullins and Reed both got him. And Reed lets out a primal scream. Right in front of the student section.
They gave the block to Reed. That's number 6 for the senior.
And the Huskies are not even averaging 6 blocks. And here's Reed pumping his fist as it comes off. Still 5:55 to go. Ryba back in. He's got 4 fouls. Hopkins is going out here. Hopkins comes out. They're going to review something. I don't know what it is. Whose ball it is, maybe on the out of inbounds. I'm not sure.
Reed had 4 blocks 3 times this year. 6 tonight.
Previous play is under review.
Well, UConn tonight has 9 block shots, Wayne. If they play ball like this in these last couple regular season games and go to New York and play ball like this and go to the NCAA tournament and play ball like this, I'm just saying, look out.
It starts with the defense. And remember, their defense was not good 4 games in a row. But they turned up the defense. The defense came back in the Villanova game. As I said a moment ago, Villanova, until the final 3 minutes of the game, was shooting in the middle 30s. And then tonight, the defense has been just fabulous. St. John's shooting 22%.
Dan Hurley challenged the out of bounds. And the 3 officials are looking it over right now. The UConn second half, 10 for 21. They've only made 2 of 9 from 3.
After review, going to be Connecticut's ball. 30 seconds on the shot clock.
And the Huskies even won the challenge. Man, everything's going their way.
Retains no timeout, retains challenge.
Meanwhile, in Providence tonight, Providence leading Xavier 56-40. Xavier could not get out of Cincinnati. They couldn't fly into Providence because of the blizzard, so they had to delay that game by 24 hours. It was supposed to be played last night.
I'll tell you what, Providence and Marquette are playing better here in the last few weeks. They could be a problem in New York. They go touchdown pass to Demery. Demery to the basket, and it's goaltender. Prey went up and touched it above the rim. So Caravan gets a touchdown pass, 6 points to Demery, 2 on the scoreboard. And UConn leads 65-32.
These 6 blocks by Reed equal a career high. He had 6 against Providence last year.
So St. John's inbounds the ball to our right. Zuby Ejiofor will come in, and they have really done a nice job against him. 6 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists for Ejiofor, well below his averages. Here is Jackson out front. They fire it down low, and a foul is called. Across the court by Brian O'Connell. That is the 6th team foul on the Huskies. St. John's only 2 fouls in the second half.
So Rabba fouls out for the second time this year. He hadn't been very foul pro in the last couple of games, but tonight got some minutes against one of the best in the Big East, primarily defending Zuby Ejiofor.
Yeah, he only played 7 minutes tonight.
Because of the foul trouble.
They're going to need Ryba. Here's Jackson with a corner jumper, missed everything. Long rebound, Darling. Now it's Sellers with it on the left wing. Puts it on the floor, tries to attack Mullins. Puts it up short, and a foul called on Mullins. There's a bit of a runner from about 12 feet away, right of the lane. The foul on Mullins.
His third. St. John's has missed 19 straight shots. They always talk in the UConn locker room. The UConn coaches talk about playing elite defense, and that goes back before this year. This is probably the textbook for it right here.
Free throw good by Osiah Sellers.
I think offensively for UConn, St. John's been playing on the perimeter a lot, and that's made it difficult for UConn to make 3, especially here in the second half where they are 2 for 9, like Mike just said. But at times it opens the middle, and UConn's gotten a lot of damage inside, especially from Reed.
All right, Sellers makes both free throws. 65-34. Caravan looks to inbound. He gets it into Ball on the left sideline in the backcourt to our left. Solo hands over to Demery. Demery will walk it across the timeline. Gets a call from the bench. The handoff to Mullins on the right sideline at the hash. Mullins starts left, gives to Demery out front. Demery starts left behind the arc. He had a drive to the basket. Demery tried to scoop it up, and he's fouled. He almost put it in. Oh, man. 2 men in red jerseys went after him and hit him, and the ball almost went in. That would have been a prayer, but Demery goes to the line to shoot 2. And St. John's are going to go to their bench here. They're going to bring in Lateris Leotopoulos, who is a sophomore guard from Greece, 6'4".
Demery, 19 of his last 22 free throw attempts. But he's been so good at drawing fouls the last 3 games coming in, 8, 7, and 5, and he drew 8 fouls the first time these teams played. You know, he got a lot of attention for that 9 turnover game against St. John's. The rest of his stat line, though, is terrific in that game. In fact, despite those 9 turnovers and a loss, he had the best plus-minus on the team.
They're going to check this. They're going to review whether it was a flagrant foul, I think. Because Demery did get hit. If you swipe down on a offensive player, Zuby Ejiofor is going to the bench right now, holding his mouth with a towel, and he's going to go to the locker room, it looks like. No, the end of the bench.
Brian O'Connell, the man who was working the replay machine down there, he did the national championship game last year. Florida beat Houston. He was one of the 3 officials in that title game.
All right, just 2 shots. I don't think it's flagrant. So it'll be Demery on the line.
Second foul on Ejiofor.
This UConn crowd has been on fire tonight.
They have a stripe out tonight. They set it up in such a way you have across from us 2 sections mostly wearing white, then 2 sections wearing blue, and then down around the end zone is mostly white and all the way around the building. A lot of people got the message, a few didn't.
Demery on the free throw line. He makes the free throw. So UConn 5 of 6 St. John's 7 of 11 on the line. Demery's got 5 points, 8 rebounds, 5 assists. UConn +4 on the boards right now. Long way to go.
Amazing, St. John's only 11 free throw attempts. They averaged 20 a game.
Yeah, and they burned UConn the first time around. 31 attempts. All right, so 2 free throws by Demery, 67-34, 5 minutes to go. Isaiah Sellers on the left wing. Starts left, gives it up to Prey. The high post and a foul on Reed for reaching in.
22 feet from the basket.
That was... And Alex Caravan is over there telling Reed, that's enough. 3 on him. He's got to stay on the floor here for the last 5 minutes.
His Riba's out.
Right, Stewart unavailable. All right, Prey on the line. Makes the free throw. So UConn with Reed with 20 and 10. Another double-double for him.
It's been all free throws for St. John since the 17:27 mark of the half. That's when they had their last field goal. We're just under 5 left now.
Full court pressure by the Red Storm. And they get it into ball.
Both free throws good.
67-36 UConn. Caravan across the timeline. Gives it up to Demery at the Husky low. Front court right. Call comes from the bench. Demery starts left. He's got it by Darling. And it blows by Darling, and he tried to dunk it, and he is fouled by Prey. I'll tell you what, Demery went way up there, and he took his life in his hands because Prey was not holding back at all. He fouled him hard. Now what? They're sending the Red Storm to the bench.
I think there was some words said after that foul on Demery as he drove the lane, and that drive was exactly what I was talking about a moment ago. They've been so aware of guarding the perimeter, it left the lane open. Demery saw that. He scored all 6 of his points here in the second half, and that time got fouled on the layup.
I'll tell you, Prey hit him pretty hard. I don't know what they're going to call it.
Demery came up holding his left wrist. He wasn't holding it. He's not holding it now on the bench, but for a while, I don't think he was feeling too well.
Yeah, I get what Ruben Prey was trying to do, but he went a little across the line, I think.
Demery stayed vertical. Prey hit the deck.
Yeah, Prey swung his arm pretty hard. What are they going to do here?
Previous play has been upgraded to a flagrant 1 foul.
Flagrant 1 foul on Prey. So, I mean, Demery could have been hurt. Prey left, and he just swung his right arm across Demery's face. So Demery will shoot with nobody on the line here. 4:39 to go. You want to get out of this thing without any injury issues. That's what you want now. Demery shooting 2. Out there. Free throw good. Demery now has 7 points, 8 rebounds, 5 assists.
5 assists, only 1 turnover. First meeting between these teams, they had 5 assists and 9 turnovers.
And that one in and out. UConn 7 of 9 on the line. Yeah, the first time St. John's kind of baited UConn and into some turnovers that they shouldn't have had. Demery comes out. Malachi Smith comes in, and he gets a big hand. Ball gets it into Malachi Smith on the right wing, guarded by Dylan Darling. Now on the right wing to Ball, down low to Reed. They double Reed. He skips it to Mullins. The open man Caravan in the corner. In and out. Rebound Dylan Darling. So Caravan now 2 of 6 from 3. Here's Darling into the paint. Feed away. No. Rebound Malachi Smith. Malachi to the front court with 4:10 to go. Gives to Caravan. Gets it back. Smith on the left sideline, front court right with it. And the dribble right-handed out front to Mullins. Down low to Reed, and Reed catches it on the baseline. He's isolated with Ruben Prey. Digs the left shoulder in. They double him. Reed kicks it out. It's Ball. The open man Caravan in the right corner, no good. And a rebound, Dylan Mitchell. So Caravan doesn't shoot a lot of them from the corner. Missed 2 in a row there. Here comes Sellers for 3. That's no good. Boy, St. John's Wayne in the second half. I mean, the numbers are ugly. 2 for 25.
They've missed 21 straight shots.
That's crazy. There's Malachi Smith and UConn fan on their feet. 3.5 to go. Malachi starts to his left. Scored by Darling. They're down under 10. They get it to Mullins. Mullins into the paint. Try to give it up to Reed. The ball's kicked, so they get an extra 20 seconds. And the under 4-minute timeout will interrupt the game for the moment. 68-36 UConn on the go, and want to stay connected to live college sports anywhere in the country. Download the free Varsity Network app. Available on Apple and Android with new features this season. Easier than ever to listen live and keep up with your favorite teams. Don't miss a moment. Get the free Varsity Network app now. From Brown, Banderas, and Scott. UConn by 32 with 3:13 to go. This is UConn men's hoop on Learfield.
There's something new to cheer about. Introducing the exclusive M&T Bank UConn debit and credit card collection. Pick your favorite design and pay like a champion. To open an account or upgrade your current card, visit mtb.com/UConn or stop by an M&T Bank branch near you. M&T Bank, the official bank of UConn. Member FDIC. Visa is a registered trademark of Visa International Service Association.
Hey, Husky fans! It's college basketball season, and SeatGeek is the official ticket marketplace of Alley-Oops. SeatGeek makes it easy to find tickets so you can be a part of all the courtside action this season. Whether you're buying or selling tickets to UConn basketball games or to any other live event in your area, SeatGeek is the place to do it. SeatGeek is the official fan-to-fan ticket marketplace of the UConn Huskies. Let's go, Huskies! SeatGeek.
Which schools will take home the prestigious Learfield Directors Cup for the top college athletic programs for the 2025-26 college athletic season? Check out the criteria and follow the year-long standings of your favorite team at L Directors Cup on the X platform or online at thedirectorscup.com. Trophies will be awarded in June 2026 to the winning institutions in all college sports divisions. The Learfield Directors Cup, powered by NACTA, the crowning achievement in college athletics.
The UConn Huskies are on the air. Now back to our Connecticut Chevy dealers broadcast location.
Let's say what's happened to the game for the Hard Auto Group postgame show. Highlights Dan Hurley's postgame interview, stats and scores, courtesy of the Hard Auto Group, a proud sponsor of UConn Athletics. Bringing you championship deals every day. You got to drive hard. Shop in-store or online at hardcars.com.
Huskies have been a really good defensive team all year long. Now their field goal defense, 40% overall, 42 in Big East games. That's now second in the Big East. Seton Hall's take over first because of the last couple of games. But UConn might regain it after this win. It finds St. John's 2 for 25 in the second half, 21% for the game.
Mullins in out to our right on the baseline, gets it to Reed. Reed hands it back to him. They go pick and roll to Reed. The ball deflected out of bounds. Mullins tried to find Reed on a nice cut, but he went over the top of the defense. It got knocked out of bounds. 10 seconds for station ID. You're listening to UConn men's basketball on Learfield, presented by Brown, Banderas, and Scott. Malachi Smith, right wing with it, and a foul is called on Reed. And that's his fourth on an illegal screen, so Dwayne Karoma's coming in. I wondered what Dan would do if Reed got 4 fouls. And Reed tonight was special. And if he plays like that, UConn could be special. 20 points, 11 rebounds, 6 blocks.
That offensive rebound, just UConn's 4th turnover. They only had 6 Saturday at Villanova.
Lefteris with a missed shot and a rebound. Braylon a three-pointer. St. John's 5 of 19 now. 26% outside the arc. Malachi Smith across the timeline. Started by Dylan Darling. And what do we have here? Dan Hurley calls a timeout. He brings Ross in for Caravan. And Caravan, last time at People's Bank Arena. Gotta love it. Gotta love him.
Well, he also gets a little payback for one of the worst, the only Hartford loss he's had against St. John's here in 2023.
All right, Ross, Ball, Malachi Smith.
Big smiles for the captain on the bench.
Along with Karoma. Caravan leaves with 14 points, 5 rebounds. This is Alec Millender, front court, right between the rings. Gives to Karoma on the high post. Now on the left sideline, it's Malachi Smith. Pick and roll Karoma, and Karoma is fouled as he goes to the basket. That was a nice two-man game, and Malachi found him. Karoma tried to get to the rim, but the shot is blocked. So with 2:19 to go, it'll be Karoma on the line.
Karoma's not had many significant minutes this year. He did play 10 minutes against East Texas A&M at Gamble back in early December, and he played 5.5 minutes at Kansas. The one memorable play he's had, though, that I remember this year was at Madison Square Garden against Illinois in late November, the day after Thanksgiving. He was 1 for 1 from the floor, and that one was a dunk at the halftime buzzer.
All right. Karoma made the first. Jacob Furphy, the freshman guard, is in. Karoma made both of them. 70-36, UConn leads. Dylan Darling across the timeline. St. John's front court left. It's Darling on the left hash. Fires across court. So Leotopoulos missed the shot. Prey got the offensive rebound. Kicks it back to Darling for three. No good front rim. And rebounded by Ross. UConn 41-35 in rebounding tonight.
St. John's has missed 24 straight shots.
But who's counting?
Me.
All right, here's Malachi Smith in the left wing.
It's a stunning stat.
They're going to be talking about this for a while. Here's Ross. Pick and roll. Karoma. Karoma stuffs it home. 72-36. UConn has doubled up St. John's.
That's his second dunk of the year. The first was that one against Illinois in November.
Malachi Smith commits a foul to stop play.
Second half, 31-10 in favor of UConn. They had a 15-point halftime lead.
Uroš Paunovic, the junior guard from Serbia, gets a shot in the game with Furphy, Millender, Karoma, Malachi Smith.
All five starters now on the bench.
Minute 29 left in the game. Dylan Darling, free throws up and good. Well, he's been quiet tonight, Wayne. That's his first point of the game. He had 9. He was the star of the final 5 minutes of the win by St. John's at the Garden 3 weeks ago.
You touched on it earlier. The last 4 games coming in, averaging 14 points a game. He averages 7 on the year. He's been so good. Not tonight.
Second free throw goes in. A lot of window dressing here in the final minute and a half. UConn 72-38. Malachi Smith across the timeline. Between the rings, he's guarded by Darling. Taking time off the clock. UConn lined up with 3 men along the baseline. They skip it over to Millender. Millender starts left, working with Karoma on a 2-man game. Tried to go by his man, can't do it. Now Prey is out there. Millender launches a 3. No good air ball. Rebounded by Darling. Darling going to walk it across the timeline. They go down low to Prey, and he's fouled by Karoma.
Huskies had made double-figure three-pointers 6 out of 7 games. They made only 6 against Villanova. They've got 7 here today, and they've had a couple of air balls. And against St. John's, had a couple of air balls from 3 as well. Huskies are 7 of 25 from three-point range.
All right, Prey on a foul line. He makes that. That's been the offense for this St. John's team. They're 7 of 8 and 8 of 9 in the second half. 1 of 8 from 3. 2 of 28 from the field.
And they don't have a field goal in about 17 minutes.
That's a long time. Here's Jacob Furphy on a handoff to Millender. Both free throws were good by Prey. Millender across the timeline. This UConn crowd here in Hartford is really appreciative. They're on their feet.
The ones that are still here. Been some early exits tonight because the game was such a blowout.
72-40.
Wow. They might take an intentional turnover here.
Yeah, I think they will. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Millender not going to shoot it here. And there's a shot clock violation.
Just UConn's 5th turnover of the game. There's another key to the game. And as again, I think that one of the unsung stories of this game is Silas Demery, who struggled so much against St. John's pressure in the first game. He's only got 1 pretty meaningless turnover in this game to go with 5 assists.
Yeah, 8 rebounds too. Don't forget that. Now St. John's is going to dribble the clock out, and UConn is going to get some revenge here and end up splitting with St. John's on the season, 72-40. As the Huskies right from the get-go got after it tonight in Hartford, outscoring St. John's 41-26 in the first half, and then 31-14 in the second half. UConn puts two halves together, and they come away with a 72-40 win. All that talk, Wayne, about Zuby Ejiofor being such a force. I think Terrace Reed proved something tonight to Husky Nation, to himself, to his coaching staff, and I think he's put two good games in a row now together, Villanova and this one, where he has been a force defensively.
Enjoy a Coca-Cola.
My name is Billy Richmond, and I'm a guard for the Arkansas Razorbacks.